Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. Oh man. Oh man. Um what's going on? Like seriously, what is going on? First of all, I want to apologize for coming on here so late. I just got back from the Flash movie. Or should we call it the Batman movie? I mean seriously, like I'm just going to go ahead and call it the Batman movie. Like there were times, man. There were times in this film that I was just like in awe. Seriously. I'm gonna go ahead and first say right off the hop, watch this film. Okay. If you were a fan of any of the Tim Burton films, okay, if you were a fan of any of the the Michael Keaton films, all right, watch this film. All right. Even if you're just a casual DC fan, right? Watch this film. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie at all. There are parts of this film which are absolutely horrendous, like absolutely terrible. But the story is not one of them. The story is actually pretty good. The story is actually really pretty good. It's not that bad. Is it the best story in the world? No. Is it an Avengers level story? No. Is it a Justice League worthy story? No. Is it a comic book story? Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. If you watched any of the DC animated films, kind of like uh, Flashpoint or I guess Crisis on Infinite Earth isn't really the one. But there was a lot of things, Red Sun, so many things. They cherry picked the things that they needed from different storylines. Um, but you know what? It really was, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion. I can only speak for myself. It was fun. Okay. It was leave your brain at the door. Okay. It was leave your brain at the door. Don't judge it before you watch it and just hang on for the ride. Because it is one wild ride. The pacing was at times a little bit scattered, but was it as bad as say The Rise of Skywalker? Hell no. It was it was a film which I enjoyed because I was with Dex, I was with my friend Adam, and he brought his son along, and I was with my friend Alan, and we just laughed from beginning to the end. We laughed at the good stuff. We laughed at the stupid stuff. We laughed at the really crappy CGI. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. The CGI is absolutely terrible in this film. Like people what they portray as people at, with the CGI, just just go with it. Just go with it. It is probably, if I had to say, it's worse than television budget CGI. It is that bad. But just go with it. Just go with it. Just leave your brain at the door. Just accept the fact that these are CGI puppets. You know what I mean? And just go with the dancing babies. I'm gonna go ahead and say it that way. Anybody who used to watch Ally McBeal back in the day, just go with the dancing babies. Just go with it. Just go with the dancing babies. Just let yourself, free yourself from whatever it is that your preconceived notions of a good film, and just go with it. Just go with it. You know, just go ahead and believe that, a 65-year-old Batman can move as fast as, a 20-year-old Batman. Just believe it. Just go ahead and believe all that. Believe in everything. Okay, just go ahead and let yourself, free yourself from the what's it called, the suspension of disbelief. Just go ahead and just let it happen. Okay, because once you do that, this is a freaking amazing movie. It's so much fun. It is by far one of the most one of the well, I haven't watched, admittedly I haven't watched too many movies this year. Actually, that's not true. Honestly, I watched a couple of movies this year. But yeah, just go with it, because it there's so much to dislike about this movie, but there's so much to love about this movie. Like, well, okay, maybe not love, but definitely like. I I really enjoyed this film. I really did. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about it tonight. Um, I want to try and keep this spoiler free, but it's hard because there's just so many good things to talk about with this film. It's just so much fun, and that's really where I find myself stuck with. Um, you know, I really did appreciate what the filmmakers were trying to do. I really did, and as long as you're able to separate yourself from the idea that this and the continuity is no longer a thing anymore. I mean, like, um James Gunn is gonna he's gonna reboot the whole thing, you know what I mean? So there's really no point in thinking about this as a canon film anymore, because it's a canon in a different type of scenario, right? um but yeah, man, there was just so many nods, so many, like, love letter is not the right term here. They really wanted to cash in on the nostalgia, and it worked on me. It really did. It worked on me. Um, is it believable? Again, there's so many things. There's so many things about it that will take you out of the movie for a little while if you allow that to bother you. Okay, if you allow the CGI to bother you, then you're not going to have a good time. I'm going to put it out there. If you don't, if you're a stickler for those types of things, then it's gonna get to you. There's just no getting around that. Like, absolutely not. Um, and the one thing that really, just like, if there's one thing in the whole freaking movie that actually bothered me at all, okay, ironically, or maybe not ironically, is the way Flash runs. The way Flash runs, they gotta rework that. Everything about the way Flash runs, all right, Ezra Miller, stop, just stop. Okay, like, relearn how to run. I think the one thing that Flash needs to do in the movie is fucking run. Okay, relearn how to run. Relearn how to run, Ezra Miller. But I'll be honest with you, after all the news we've been hearing about it, I'm not sure he's ever going to do another film. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. But I don't think he's going to be. He's not going to come back. He's not going to come back as the Flash. I mean, I doubt that very much. But in terms of just a pure movie and a pure movie experience, holy crap! Like, this was fun, right? You know, I really enjoyed myself. I really did, and so did Dex. So did a lot of us, right? We really did enjoy ourselves. And I'm just gonna go out and say it again. This was not really a Flash film. I mean, it was a Flash film, but it wasn't a Flash. I mean, I mean, you know, I say that in mostly jest. I mean, the way it's portrayed, though, the way it was advertised, the way, Warner Brothers, and it you can come at that in multiple angles. Obviously, the controversy with Ezra Miller made for a huge, difficult time in advertising this film. He wasn't even on the red carpet, from what I understand. He was not in any of the actual advertising, blitzes or anything like the advertising tour. It's my understanding he was never actually there. But in terms of the film itself as a piece of work, which is, again, for me, I've always been the person, and that says, as a body of work, right? um you shouldn't judge a film for the shortcomings of the way people act in real life. That, unfortunately, is just that. Like, if you look at film as art, that's it's tough. You know what I mean? It really is tough, because there's a train of thought that you should always just disavow pieces of work because the people who were in it were terrible. They did terrible things in life. But I'm not gonna judge any piece of work based on what the person did. If, and this is very important, if the film itself was not aligning with that person. You know what I mean? If the film and the work itself, right, the people who made the film, and not the people, sorry, the story behind the film was a good story. It had a good intentions, and again, it doesn't spread hate, right? Then I don't see the reason to destroy something of that nature. You know what I mean? There are things that people do which are good, right? Even though at the end of the day, some people just aren't, messed up in the head. That can happen. It's a there is something uh, that can still be learned and still be taken away from a film, which is unfortunately has some very unfortunate individuals in it. That can happen, right? Um, and I'm not here to judge anything on that level, right? I'm not here to even say anything about that. I'm just here to talk about the film. You know what I mean? And the fact that it was just fun. The film itself was fun. The characters who were portrayed in the film were absolutely fun. And did it give me the nostalgia trip I wanted to get out of it? Because that's exactly what I wanted. Yes. When I first saw Michael Keaton show up show up in the movie, I dropped to the floor, and probably not for the reasons a lot of people are thinking. Uh, I was beside myself, and I was like, "Wow, what a way to introduce Michael Keaton back into the DC universe!" Like, it blew me away. It really did blow me away on that kind of level, and really, Michael Keaton stole many, like, he really was a great presence in the film. Just his mannerisms, just the way he walked, just the way he talked, the things that he brought to the screen. I thought, God, you know, he's come full circle, right? He had that kind of Luke slash Mark Hamill type of scenario where he didn't want to be known as a superhero. He didn't want to be known as Batman, and then he did the whole ups and downs of his career, and he did a film ironically to mock the superhero genre, um and then freaking turned everything around. And then what, he's come back. He's really realized that part of his life is an important part of his life, and what he brought to the film was just gold. It was amazing watching him work. And I'm a huge Michael Keaton fan. I love Michael Keaton. Ever since I love Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was an amazing film. Even the films that he's done outside of that, you know what I mean? Like, he's a really gifted actor, and he was in Spider Man. He was in so many different comeback films. Birdman was amazing, honestly. Like there's just so many things to talk about when it comes to Michael Keaton. The other performances were great. The Returnal General Zod, I forgot the actor's name, unfortunately. He was, again, he played the part very, very well. I thought it was done extremely well. Um, the what's it called? Kara, um, from Krypton, the Supergirl. Yeah, she did a great job. You know what I mean? Like, all the characters and the way they were played were freaking amazing. I really did love the way that the film actually played out. And I'm just prefacing that because I want to talk a little bit more about it, and maybe even get to some spoiler territory, because there is a lot of fun things to talk about. And it was just in my mind, and it falls, my viewing of this film falls on the heels of an announcement that was made like a couple days ago, actually yesterday, pretty much. That the Keaton, sorry, McFarlane Toys is actually going to be releasing a 2-pack of 89 Batmobile and 89 Batman 2-pack. And I did a whole video on that. Thank you guys for watching it. If you haven't already, please check it out. It's a really fun video, because I go through all of the necessary requirements for me to take this as a gold label release, right? Because there are things about the Batmobile which, obviously, it was designed to be the Batmobile from the Flash, right? That was the idea behind it. But the reality is, there are so many things which went wrong with the Batmobile in its release for the Flash movie for McFarlane Toys, right? There's so many different things, and I lay out all of that in my video, and then I talk about, in the video I talk about the '89 Batman himself, right? And the fact that the version of the Batman that we got for the Flash was not necessarily the one we wanted, because yeah, he looks like the Flash. Like, watching the movie now, yes, he does look like the Batman that's in the Flash. Um, but problems with the ears, the little nubs at the top of the ear, so many things which are safety concerns and requirements because if kids ever get to them, you don't want them to stab their eyes out, all these kinds of things. And the face, the biggest thing for me is, of course, the facial likenesses, which is something that whether it's intentional or not, uh, McFarlane is just not strong at doing. They're not strong at doing faces and realistic images for people, right? I mean, what the heck? What the heck is going on with that Superman and Ultraman 2-pack? What the hell is going on with that? That is just a weird thing. And it's funny how we look at these things right now. It's really kind of crazy. But yeah, that news is a huge sigh of relief for some people because the 89 because a lot of people did miss out on the Batmobile. It sold up very quickly online, and really it's been very difficult for especially up here in other parts of the world, right? It's very difficult to find a Batmobile. um GameStop has completely delisted it from their site, absolutely completely, which is strange. You look up Batmobile Flash on Google, and it does not come up for GameStop. It's weird. But every other location, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, all of them are sold out everywhere. The Batmobile is sold out everywhere, and there's just so many things that have led to that decision, right? And now, in response to that, McFarlane has actually said, okay, fine, we heard you, we know what you want. You guys want the Batmobile and the 89 Batman, so we're going to do this. And that was huge of Todd. That was massive. And having seen the movie today, I still I still am gonna say we might as well just call it the Batman, 5. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy that way. And there's more reasons than one to call it Batman 5. I'm not gonna we're gonna talk about more about that later in the episode. There are a whole bunch of things I want to do today, and I want to talk with you guys and discuss with you guys. But I just really wanted to put down my first thoughts after watching the film, and just basically tell everybody here, it's okay to watch this film. It's okay to watch this film regardless of who's in it, right? Regardless of what anyone's done, okay? Regardless of all that, watch this film, okay? Uh, I say it's okay to watch this film because really, it's gonna be one of those last of this generation of films. You know what I mean? Like this, the Justice League team. This is gonna be the last bastions of those because like DC is moving on from that, right? If you enjoyed the Snyder cut, if you enjoyed the Wheaton cut, right? If you enjoyed the DCU as it was shaped, you know what I mean? Watch this film because probably going to be the last time this version of Flash is going to show up on a film. Like more than likely, this is the last time this Flash is going to show up in film or television or anything like that. And in a lot of ways, I'm going to put it this way: this is probably the last time you're going to see, a version of this version of Wonder Woman. It's the last time you're going to see this version of Aquaman. Where we've already been confirmed that the Superman in this edition of the DCU is not coming back, right? This is probably going to be the last time you see Batmans, right? The Batmans that were in this film. This is the last time you're going to see them, right? Whether it's Ben Affleck or Michael Keaton or any of the Batmans, right? This is going to be the last time you see them on film, right? In this iteration. So if you've been on the fence because of whatever reason, whoever's been in it, you don't want to support them, blah blah blah, right? I totally get that. I totally understand, that part of reasoning. But trust me, at least when I'm saying this, if you have, if you can put that aside, if you can just ignore that, and I know sometimes it's hard, but if you can ignore that and just say, okay, this is a piece of work, this is a piece of film, this is a piece of art, right? And you're going to take it at face value, and you're going to, just go in with really low expectations, because that's what I went in with, no expectations whatsoever, and I basically said, all right, what's there to lose, right? I mean, there's been so many freaking disasters out there for films. People didn't like Shazam. I enjoyed. Sorry, people didn't like Black Adam. I enjoyed Black Adam. I thought it was another fun roller coaster ride. People didn't enjoy so many so many other films that have come out recently, right? But this one especially, there's been a cloud hanging over this film, and it's in everyone's basically like, I'm not going to watch this for X reason, whatever. But I do say if this for me, not having any reason to watch this film truly, right? I'm gonna go ahead and say it's okay to watch it because it's funny. It really is funny. The characters who are actually portrayed in it are likable. The characters. I'm not talking about the actors. I'm not talking about the characters in the film are likable. The characters in the film are nostalgic, and that's what they were going for. They were going for nostalgia, like 100% without a doubt. They were going for nostalgia, um, obviously. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it again. This was Batman 5. You know what I mean? This was Batman 5 for me, because it was just that kind of film. You know what I mean? Like Michael Keaton stole the show. He really did. And I'll go ahead and say this too. I think the Batmans stole the show. You know what I mean? Well, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. Yeah, no, I'll go ahead and say it like that. The supporting characters stole the show. Yeah, I'll put it that way. The supporting characters did steal the show. And I think if you're going to watch this for any other reason, watch it because this will probably be the last time Michael Keaton dresses up as Batman. And for that reason alone, people should watch this film. Seriously. Seriously. Like, honestly, he's amazing. He is amazing as Bruce Wayne. He's amazing as Bruce Wayne. He's amazing as Batman. And it was a privilege to see him again, put on the rubber suit and not be able to turn his head. That, that is one of the funniest things ever in the film, and I'll say it that way, and I'm going to leave it that way. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Last week I didn't have a live stream because obviously it was Father's Day, spending time with some family. My mom and my dad, Dex. Spending time with the family is very, very important. I wish I'd actually at least come on and said Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Like I think I said that earlier in the week, but I really wish I had taken 5 minutes to say that here. So yeah, again, happy belated Father's Day to everybody out there who celebrates Father's Day. And yeah, this week has been just absolutely chock full of stuff, man. Oh my god, just absolutely crazy amounts of stuff. I mean, there's the tease from the Thundercats. There was Yojo June, which just keeps rolling on and rolling on and rolling on with I'm just gonna say mixed results. And thankfully, they didn't pull another fast one on us saying that this is an exclusive, you can only get it here, blah blah blah. Right? Like, this week of Yojo June was actually crazy. What's it called? Target Summer Geek Out continues to roll on, and to a certain degree, we found out that there's no NECA exclusive stuff on Target Summer Geek Out, so whatever, you know what I mean? So many things are happening. The SDCC exclusives have started dropping, including those from NECA for the TMNT and other drops. And Master of the Universe, man. Master of the Universe. Mondo. Man, Mondo. Oh my god, Mondo. Just crazy. Like Mondo Skeletor. Man. What a trip, man. What a trip. So many great things happening right now for toys. And some other things. As a matter of fact, a few things have actually shown up here. I was going to do a little bit of unboxing as well, showcasing some stuff. But yeah, I wanted to jump on here because I hadn't jumped on in a while, and of course, just to say hi to everybody here and say, what's up. I haven't fallen off the map. There's there's a lot of things going on in my life right now, and I really appreciate you guys sticking around and hanging with me. You guys are the best. You guys, the support that I've always had from this community is always the best, and I really do appreciate all you guys and everything you guys do for me. So thank you guys once again for being here tonight. It's been an absolute. It's been amazing. Like So without further ado, I've been rambling on for about 28, well, probably 20 minutes right now. Wow, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in the chat right now. Geek DF out, guys. If you haven't already, check out Geek DF out. They definitely give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. They're doing a lot of great Star Trek reviews and some really cool toy hunts. Definitely check Geek DF out. You guys are not going to regret it. Rhea Black is in the house. What's going on, Rhea? Frankie Rivera, let's go. Yeah, let's go, everybody. RC, late night toy talk. It's all everyone says late night, but this is the time I'm always on. I'm always on around this time. That's right, Rhea. Good stuff. Andrew Davis. I guess you weren't kidnapped then. No, I escaped. I escaped, my friend. Natural Name Marvel. What's up, Jay? What's going on? Naturally, good to see you. Geek DF out. Smack that like button. Thank you so much, Geek DF out. You guys are awesome. Kayla, good to see you. Bethany Beth, what's going on, Bethany? How you doing? Toy Connections. Yes, good to see Ken here. Lord Hoagie is in the house. John Brooks, all the way from the Philippines. The Irish connection. Good to see you, brother. Clean out the house before the wife returns from the Singapore tour. Get on it, brother. Draconin, what's going on, dude? How you doing tonight? Frankie Rivera, how's it going, brother? Draconin, I enjoyed The Flash. I guess I just treated Ezra Miller's Barry as comic relief, and it worked out fine for me. I don't know why the movie is bombing so hard. It's not terrible. There are multiple reasons why it is. I mean, like, again, so many different controversies, so many different reasons, and a lot of critics are just taking it to task. But honestly, I don't think I know I don't listen to critics. I don't listen to critics, and no one, and neither should you. You should make up your own opinion. You should make up your own mind. You should watch it for yourself, and exactly for that reason. Algie473, what's going on? How's it going? Nolan, what's going on, brother? Always good to see Nolan here. Terrence St. John is in the house. What's going on, Terrence? How you doing tonight? The Bat Flash movie. Yes, RC. The Bat Flash movie, 100%. Lord Hoagie, I got to admit, I really enjoyed seeing Michael Keaton as Batman again. Oh, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Terrence liked the film, and it's not terrible. It's not the best, but it's entertaining on its own. Exactly. Andrew Davis. Jay saw the Flash movie. Now has the look of delight on his face. Yes, I was pleased. I was pleased as punch. I really was. Ray Black. I was watching The Nun, quiet scene, and then your intro started. Scared the crap out of me. I'm sorry, Rhea. I'm sorry. RC. I heard it was above average for a DC movie. It was fun. It was just fun. There are things about it which are not good. There are things about it which are absolutely terrible. But it's not the writing. It's not the film itself. Lord Hoagie, the movie's kind of mediocre, but Batman was great. Exactly. There's a lot of things about that. Draconin, Keaton arguably kicked the most ass this time around playing Batman again. He was fantastic. Yes, absolutely. Raymond Chong, good as Black Adam. Well, I love Black Adam. I really did enjoy Black Adam. Was it? I dare say it was better than Black Adam. I dare say that. I do dare say that. Joker, I can't believe he's 71. No way. I was thinking late 60s, but wow, he's 71. I did not know that. That's crazy. Lord Hoagie, the CGI was bad. Oh, dude, the CGI was absolutely horrid. The CGI was horrendous. The CGI, no, it was not Avatar 2 quality. It was not even Avatar 1 quality. It was bad. It was just plain bad. It was just terrible. The CGI was just horrid. Randall Gazig, I love the movie. Better than the last Thor movie. Love the Batman sections. CGI and the Speed Force is supposed to be not 100% realistic, but everybody in my theater laughed and clapped and cheered. Dude, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's a better story than Avatar 2. I will not deny that. Draconin, the reveal and the cave of the Batsuits was just so satisfying. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. This, honestly, this is definitely, what I came for this. I came for the Batman. And this is why I keep saying, let's just call it the Batman 5. You know what I mean? Let's just call it what it is. It is the Batman film. Like, seriously. That's how, unfortunately or unfortunately, how you want to call it. They marketed it this way to keep away from controversy. And you know what? In a certain light, it worked. You know what I mean? It worked in a certain degree to keep the drama away. You know what I mean? It sort of did what it was supposed to do, which was to keep drama away. And for me, it really did tug at that heartstring that I wanted to have and to remember, and it worked. It worked on me. Brick something. What's going on, Bricks? Good to see you, brother. Brick, have you seen it? Have you seen the movie? Did you want to talk about it tonight? Let me know. Send me a PM on IG if you want to jump on and talk about it with me. Rodimus Prime 1982. I saw the Transformers Rise of the Beast Sunday and its opening weekend. I enjoyed it. Also, the surprise at the end. Not going to spoil it for others who haven't seen it yet because that would be rude. Dude, some idiot ruined it for me. I'm happy about the outcome of it, but some moron ruined it for me. Damn it, Nova. That was a joke, Nova. Relax. Clint Jorgensen. They should have done more Arrowverse figures. Never got a great Cisco Ramon yet. You know what? This universe is its own. It's doing its own thing. I'm fine with it. Spider-Verse is still better. No, 100%. 100%. Spider-Verse is its own thing, and I love Spider-Verse. And it's funny, people forget that they told us in the initial teases for Spider-Man, initial trailers for Spider-Man, that it was going to be a part 1. I can't believe people did not realize it was going to be part 1. That just killed me. Bloodsport 1, I believe Zack Snyder will be back. You know what? It's hard to say. It really is hard to say, but never say never. Never say never. Clint, never going to watch that Flash movie. Spoil away. Brother, you're missing out. You are missing out. I'm not going to lie. You are missing out, dude. You are missing out. Draconian, firing Cavill and Gal Gadot was the best idea, in my opinion. I liked Cavill. Cavill Superman, I really liked it. Gal Gadot, she did great as Wonder Woman. I'm going to disagree with you, Draconian. I think they're great characters. I think both of those characters are great. Terrence St. John, well, maybe not based on reports that WB will be selling 50% of his catalog. You never know. It's possible. It is possible. I mean, like, Marvel's done it. A lot of people have done it. That may be true. Rodimus, that may be true. But you know what? The movie itself, as a body of work, I didn't mind it. Randall, the CG in most Marvel films isn't that great. Like you said, check your brain at the door, shove the popcorn in your mouth, we'll watch the documentary The Death of Superman Lives afterwards. Honestly, dude, this is compared to Marvel movies, this was lower than television in the CGI, but it's still a fun ride. It is still a fun ride. Let's see here. Anybody else we haven't said hi? Night 1. Bloodshot had some bad CGI during the fight sequence that looked like low-quality PS2 cutscenes. Dude, I'm not going to lie. This was worse than that in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, the CGI in here was bad. It was just bad. It was really bad. RC, it bothers me the Batmobile doesn't have a gray canopy in the movie. Ha, 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 ha. Good one, brother. Good one. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's up to you though, brother. Hopefully we'll get another one. You know, that is the goal, right? That is the goal. That is the goal. Just typing out a message. Okay, Nova. Ezra Miller is problematic. I'd watch this at home. Support Sasha Cale. You know what? I hear you, Nova. If you don't want to support it, wait until it comes out. 100%. I totally get it. But don't deprive yourself of this movie. It's actually really, really fun. The bat kite. That is so cool. Yes, the bat kite. Not gonna talk too much about that, but that was fun. I enjoyed Miss Cale's work. She was very good. She was amazing. She was very, very good. Yeah, 100%. That's definitely not. There's no denying that. The streamlined Batwing is wonderful. I say that the fan of the '89 Batwing design. It is. I love its little gimmick too, which really explains what the toy looks like. It's kind of fun. It really is a lot of fun on that. And you know what? I'm actually glad I bought that stupid Batwing now. It's not so stupid anymore. Clint Jorgensen. They replaced Ezra with Pete Davidson on the red carpet. Well, there you go. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Master Versal, good to see you, brother. How you doing tonight? Always good to see you. Yeah, Lord Hoagie, she was great. She was great, honestly. Ezra Miller's Barry was excellent as comic relief. Absolutely, 100%. I'm right there with you, brother. 100%. Randall Gazig, both Affleck and Keaton kicked ass as Batman. I understand why the director is doing DCU Brave and the Bold movie. I hope Cal stays a Supergirl. I wish more people were willing to see it. Knowing what we know now about Supergirl, it's interesting and would be interesting to see how they would work that in. It's just an interesting way of doing the whole multiverse idea, right? It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to figure that out. Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna. I just flash that really quickly, Draconian. Yes, that really did, and I'm not going to. We're not going to spoil that, but yes, I agree with you, 100%. I got flashes of Gremlins 1 when I saw that scene, and I had the same reaction. I had the same reaction. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie about that. I really did have the same reaction. Um, I did. I had the same reaction. Um, again, it was definitely one of those films which which had its own type of thing. Uh, let's see here. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Always good to see that. Bloodsport 1. Didn't see the Flash, but the way you describe it, I might wait until the max. Yeah, just again, don't deprive yourself is what I'm trying to say. It's actually a really good film in my opinion. But something I still haven't seen the movie, but the Summers films have been really fun so far. Loved Across the Spider Verse, loved it. Guardians, loved it. Little Mermaid, I haven't seen it. All good times so far. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, Rhea. Keaton is my Batman. Keaton is so many Batman. Michael Keaton is an actor, not a character. That's true. But Michael Keaton was amazing in this film. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, as the Vulture, he was fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Adrian Sanchez, what's going on, Adrian? Hello, happy Friday. What do you think of the Majinger Z DX 50th anniversary coming up for $800? Honestly, Adrian, I haven't seen it. Maybe we'll take a look at it later. But knowing if it's SOC, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, obviously, right? Um, Raymond, he was great as Vulture. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Draco, yeah, such as the video. I mean, you felt for the guy where he was coming from. He got livelihood pulled out from under him. It's readable. Yeah, you know what? They're writing sympathetic characters, and no villain is black and white. There's no comic book villains out there anymore. They do have a backstory. They do, you know, but they have reasons for what they're doing, which I can appreciate that. I can get on board with that. What's going on, Web Collector? How you, Cobweb Collector? Good to see you, brother. How you doing? Bat Mom. Martha. Let's see here. Uh, yeah, yeah, this is that. You know what? That's a really good point. Actually, that's a really good point. Let's see here. Big Rib, what's going on, brother? How you doing tonight? NECA's better than likenesses. Yeah, yeah, dude, that's NECA's bread and butter. If they don't do movie characters right, like people will not buy their stuff. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Let's see here. Sorry, Clint. Michael Keaton had it in his 1989 contract that if the Pirates made the playoffs, he could leave film. That's a fun fact. If that was real, that is hilarious. I think it would have ruined his career though, but that's freaking hilarious. Oh my god. That is just crazy. Neck is better with likenesses. They're just scary at the joints. Yep, that is always a major concern in my opinion. Anyway, James Sarapio, what's going on, brother? Hey, geeks. Hope you're all well. Remember to hug your loved ones whenever you can. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely, yes. And this film does touch on that 100%. Of course, of course. Let's see here. Anybody else? Yep, Draconin, try to hug your kid, but I'm afraid he'll fart on me. That's right. That's what they are. Little little bundles of joy, 100%. Let's see here. Anybody else I haven't said hi to yet? Big Rib. McFarlane's weird right now with that Superman 2-pack. Yeah, I know. Just I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. Old IT, I'm definitely looking forward to the gold 2-pack. I missed out on the Batman. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it too. I want an 89 Batman. That's what I really want, an 89 Batman. For me, that's a must have. Let's see here. Bloodsport 1. Aquaman would be a Majot flop. I'm not sure what that means, but if you're talking about major flop, well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? I didn't even know they were making an Aquaman 2. I had no idea. I was absolutely not gobsmacked by it, but I had no idea. Ashman 55. Hello, Jay and chat. How's everyone tonight? Everyone's doing good, Ashman. Much better than you're doing. That you're here now. Absolutely. Your NECA April still in one piece. Well, I hope so, dude. Like, I got the one with the better knees though. I waited for that. Clint Jorgensen, I bailed out on DC movies when Christian Bale left. Well, you know what? There's no better time to get in if you really want to have some laughs, because it was a big, huge laugh for me tonight. Yeah, I enjoyed Black Adam too, Draconin, 100%. Dark Conan. Sorry, Dark Conan. I keep. I'm just reading really quickly. Sorry, guys. Um. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, James. Oh my god. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was missing for a while because I was taking care of my mom. She lost her fight with cat. Jesus. Oh my god. James. James, brother, all of our thoughts are with you, brother. Holy crap. That's oh my god. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah, definitely hug all your loved ones, man. Thank you, James, for sharing that. Oh my god, brother. I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay, brother. Like take whatever time you need, dude. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back here. You've always been a shining light in this community, dude. And you know what? She'll be missed, brother. She'll be missed. You know what I mean? Just yeah, my condolences, bro. My condolences, man. A lot of people here sharing that, right? Definitely. Um, I'm fine with getting away with the last generation DCEU, just a mess. You know what? Absolutely, James. I'm pretty much there with you too. It's it. I did enjoy it though. For the ride that they gave us, it was pretty good. I really enjoyed Aquaman. I enjoyed Wonder Woman, the first one. All the first movies were great. I loved Aquaman. I loved Wonder Woman. I loved Man of Steel. Even though a lot of people say it's whatever, I loved it. I loved all the first movies. All the first movies were great. Yeah, very very sorry to hear your loss, James. Like we're all as a community, we're all the losses are felt hard when one of us is down. So definitely we're here for you, James. Whatever you need, man. Just hit us up. Absolutely, we're always here for you, brother. 100%. Um, I can't show your comment there, Dark One, just because it is a bit of a spoiler. Pardon me, guys. Yeah, everybody here is it feels for you, James, 100%. Dang. All right, I'm gonna have to start skipping, guys, because there's a lot of people in the chat right now. Thank you guys for being here tonight. It's always so much fun to see you guys here. Natural Name Marvel got my NECA TMNT Donatello Porto yesterday. Awesome. Congratulations, dude. That's great. Let's see here. Frankie River, love that Superman 2-pack from Target. Geek out. Just purchased my Skeletor yesterday. Excellent, brother. Glad to hear it. James, so I missed some toys, including classified eel pre-order. It'll come back, dude. It'll come back. The classified eel, yeah. Just keep it bookmarked. Check on it every few days. It'll come back. It always comes back. Private 76. Good to see you, brother. Awesome to see you here. Thank you for being here, brother. Easy now, guys. Easy now. I know obviously people are saying hi to each other, but dang. Ashman 55. I just got my AWOC Series 2 and they are awesome. Great. Ape is super cool. Yes. They are amazing. I did an unboxing here live with Brick and with Ken, and it was so much fun. Clint, any Gargoyle personalized? Not yet. I mean, like there have been a lot of releases, but it's been a while. So yeah, I'm definitely getting into it. Still waiting on Brooklyn, and definitely waiting on Lexington. Looking very much forward to those guys, and of course Broadway. Looking forward to those guys for sure. And of course, Xanatos. I would love to get Xanatos, and we need a detective, 100%. Let's see here. Andrew Davis is unboxing on Mondo Anti-Eternia He-Man tonight. Nice. Tell us how it is. Let us know if he's any good. Natural Name Marvel. Did you pre-order any of the NECA SDCC exclusives? No. I was never really a big fan of the Turtles third movie. I mean, I watched it. I enjoyed it for what it was when I was a kid. Would I go back there? Probably not. It's not my favorite movie of all time, and it's just, yeah, it's not my thing. It's just not. So yeah, I don't know. Like, and it's still available. Is it still available? Let's do it. Let's do a quick check. Is it still available right now? So let's just check NECA store. Let's see if it's still up because last I checked earlier this afternoon, it was still available. That might not be true right now, but let's find out. Let's see. No, the sale has ended. Okay, so they literally took it off. I don't know if it's sold out though, because at one point, like it's already they already stopped everything, right? But earlier this afternoon, when I checked, it was still available, like a ton of them. So yeah, for me, And you know what? I really should just go through them just for everybody's edification. Yeah. Again, the Turtles 4-pack, not really the biggest fan of those. You know what I mean? As I said, as I understand it, there was some really cool heads that were very enticing for them, which is great, but not for me. Ernie Reyes Jr. Loved him as an actor and of course a martial artist. Uh, do I need you know do I need the pizza box bundle? Do I need keto? Not really. Again, I did really enjoy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too, but yeah, I don't really need it. Like if he's available somewhere, down the line, maybe one day I'll grab him. He's probably going to come without the bike. You know what I mean? They're probably going to release him without the bike, which and the pizzas and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't. Greta, she's been up several times already, but this now she's got a new dress. Nah, I don't know. For me, no. The convention exclusive Alf, yeah, no. I liked Alf when I was a kid. I never collected any Alf stuff. No, that's not true. I had some sing along records and stuff like that. But the creature from the Black Lagoon, nope, pass. And yeah, no. The NECA convention exclusives, no. I'm still interested in this. I still am interested in the Batman utility belt. Again, this this movie's got me hyped up for a lot of things, right? So that's where I am right now in terms of my collecting. But you know what? They're a bigger fish to fry. I need to get my pre-order down for Mondo Skeletor. I've just been waiting for a paycheck to come in. Okay, I really got to start. Whoa, dang! All right, I really got to start skipping, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Anybody else I haven't seen? Yes, I would definitely love to see Keaton as Vulture again. Absolutely. Let's see here. Anybody else? Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna keep skipping. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I don't. We don't have Max up here. HBO Max. We don't have it, so I got to wait for it to go into other what's it called? Other avenues. It's a funny thing how those things develop. It really is. Okay, let's see here. you spoil it, you bastard! Don't say anything. Oh my god, you son of a! Stop it! Oh, Nova, you're terrible, terrible, Nova. Oh my gosh, bad boy, bad. Sinungaling mo talaga. Don't say anything. You suck. You suck. Oh, Nova, you're terrible. You're terrible. Let's see here. Anybody I haven't sent that to? James, it's crazy how expensive toys offerings are getting in just a couple of years. The Dragonfly HasLab looks like it's a steal. If we get to the final tier, I think it'll be justified for sure, 100%. Let's see here. Anybody else? Sorry guys, I'm just skipping a little bit. Randall, McFarlane probably doesn't want to pay likeness fees, but that new Superman face, woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, and I don't deny it. There's something wrong. I don't know who sculpted that one, but that was just that was just weird. Nova, I'm going to throw my full support for Jamie Reyes Blue Beetle in August. Maybe I'll throw in a Sasha Cale Supergirl cameo, considering how popular she's going. Absolutely, I would totally be on board with that, 100%. Clint, I tease sometimes, Jay, but true fact, Keaton / Pittsburgh Pirates contract. Keaton is a big sport. I that's fine. I totally get that. But like I said, if it had actually happened, I'm not sure it would have been done for his, obviously his career would have been very, very different. I think for sure. Frankie just got his NECA cartoon. Casey Jones 2-pack finally got a cartoon April. Sweet. That cartoon April looks awesome. I don't care about her neck. I don't even think her neck looks that long, honestly. I don't think so. Yes, Bloodsport 1, absolutely. Yeah, 3 years plus 1 day after losing my coach. Jeez Louise, James. Wow. Brother. Take it easy, man. Take it easy, dude. That's crazy. Aquaman comes out in December, but they had to cut the original Keaton scenes and reshot with Affleck. Okay, I totally get you. I totally understand. Monkey Jeebus, what's going on? I ordered Skeletor and He-Man. Nice. Good to see you, brother. Darkonin. Mega J Retro, did Mondo ever replace your broken He-Man? Yes, actually, they did. And I'm going to do a review on that eventually. It's just been so crazy these days. You're going to order the Ramen Rice or Dragonfly 2. Nice. Don't sleep on that, though. They're going to start closing sales pretty soon. So Don't sleep on the ramen racer. Anybody else that we haven't seen here yet? You should maybe maybe you should. National Naval. So that yeah, I just saw that. I just saw that. That's absolutely crazy. Oh, Christine H HIRCQ. Okay. Hello, Jay and tour audience from France. Hype for the Marshall. Yes, the Marshall is looking crazy. Absolutely, Christine. Thank you so much for chiming in. Bonjour, mon ami. Good to see you. Comment ça va? Hopefully, you're doing well. I hope everything's going well in France. Thank you for dropping by. Always good to see visitors from far away. Good to see you. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Right, really appreciate it. Let's see here. Anybody else? Nolan wants that utility belt. Absolutely. So do I. Naturally, Marvel, $10 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that. Oh my gosh, thank you. Towards your Mondo Skeletor. Thank you so much, Naturally Marvel. Dude, you're awesome, dude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You are awesome. Jay, do you think that Cat's Lair is really Ultimates or is it Reaction? Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here tonight. Because Ashman decided to poke the bear, a small bear, but it is a bear. I have it on good authority, that someone has seen an Ultimate scale Cat's Lair. Now, they say they've seen it. There's no confirmation whether or not it belongs to Super 7. So that's, and I'm not talking about the custom one that I reviewed. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm saying that somebody, I have it on good authority, that someone has seen. Okay, dear God, it just got really hot in here. Almost. Hold on for a second, guys. I don't know what the hell just happened. It just got super hot all of a sudden. I don't know why. But yeah, I have it on good authority. I don't know what's going on today. Like it's been really humid lately here in Toronto. It's gotten really. This is me being old and getting hot flashes. That's what's happening here. I'm just kidding. I have it on good authority from a very trusted source that they saw the actual Cat's Lair. Okay, I have it on good authority. Whether or not it belongs to Super 7, that's we're gonna find out hopefully in a couple weeks. But I have it on good authority that it's an ultimate scale. Ultimate scale. I have a very special guest coming in. I just want to finish off the rest of these comments before we go on, so I'm going to skip a little bit. You know, I'm gonna start that. I'm not sure we'll ever get a NECA Vanilla Ice. I don't think so. Dragona, talking about that scary grinning Superman face. Who approved that? Yikes! You know what? I'm gonna scare that too. I'm gonna scan that too. James Serapio, Blue Beetle toy looks dope. I guess we need a booster gold though. Yep. We need a whole bunch of different ones. Andrew Davis, coworker spoils the ending for Transformers 30 minutes before and a coworker. That's freaking terrible. And you know what? I was spoiled too, and he knows he did it. He knows he did it. Clint Jorgensen, I agree with Nate Marvel. Probably Vanilla Ice face as too high. He probably did it because festivals would be wrong and Cloud and Fire. I don't know about that. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to skip a little bit. James, oh yeah, Ramen is not doing Brave Star. Is that on offer? No, they are doing Brave Star. They are doing Brave Star. They've just officially announced the Marshall, and they've actually shown what's it called? 3-0. They've officially showed 3-0. So go check Ramen's Facebook page. Draconin, I'll do it later. Draconin, love Dark Conan. I keep saying Draconin. I don't know why. Dark Conan. I'd love to have some of the Frankensons here. I think we all would. I really think it all would. You're too kind, Christine. You are too kind, Christine. Merci beaucoup, mon ami. Seriously, you are too kind. My French is terrible. My French is absolutely horrid. Like, seriously. All right, my special guest is waiting, so I'm just going to finish off these last ones here. Draconin, I wonder if real cats will want to live in Cat's Lair. They'll live in it anyway. Cats will try to climb into anything that they can't fit into. They're going to do it anyway. Rodimus Prime. I'm heading out to bed. Night, Jake. Night, Rodimus. Good to see you, brother. They'll probably want the box instead. This is true. Dark Conan. RC. Did the Thundercats sell well? I didn't see it. It didn't seem very popular to me. In my opinion, I think it sold well enough that they're actually thinking about doing the Cat's Lair. I mean, think about that, right? I think it did very well. According to Brian, it did well. I thought yes, it is beautiful. Just lacks the funds and the space. Yeah, exactly. Private 76. Hey, Europe has canceled a few MOTU figures like the Masters. Oh, that really sucks. I heard about that. I'm really sorry to hear that, Private 76. That really sucks. I hope you'll be able to get it in other means. Andrew Davis. NECA wouldn't allow me to bundle 89 Batmobile with what? That is stupid. Are you serious? That is just dumb. Like, that's leaving money on the table. Ron Douglas, I'm going to start selling my Star Wars figures and other wrestling figures to buy the Thundercats there. Dude, you might have to. Honestly, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Darkonin, I didn't buy Hot Toys McFly because I don't have space for the Dorian, and you got to have the Dorian if you're going to have Marty. This is true. All right, guys. I'm going to bring in my special guest here tonight, who, he's been on the show before, and of course, we've always had a good time whenever Brick something.
Hey,
what's going on, Brick? How you doing today?
How's it going, Jay? How's it going, chat?
Always good to see you, brother. How are things in your neck of the woods? Everything good?
Things are great, man. Things are good. Enjoying summer, plenty of time with the family, and there's a ton of toys coming, so it's an exciting time.
No freaking kidding, brother. Are you going to San Diego this year, or are you gonna stay?
I'm still sort of trying, but we'll see. I got a buddy who's on a panel, but I just don't know if I can swing it. Summer's kind of busy.
Okay.
But hey, on the Cat's Lair thing, can I share something with you and the folks here?
Bro. Of course. If you want to throw something up, let me know. But
I do. Okay. Yeah. If you don't mind, I'll share a screen. So let's see. Where's it at? Okay. So, I'm on a couple of different Discords, and as you'll probably see, I don't know if you can see it there. So this is me in a Discord. I don't know if you're familiar with Lodiga. He's an art director over at Super 7.
Cool.
And, on the Enablers channel, Boba Crew. Anyway, so you don't have to read my long message there, but it was just me sort of musing, and we were talking all about it. You see Toy Bro in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if folks can see that. Ooh, I don't know. It's blocking.
Okay, well, hold up.
So, whatever. I'm just talking about the Cats there, whatever. I wouldn't even afford the Cats there, blah, 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 blah. And he just straight up says, you can see there, it's not reaction.
Oh, shit.
And then you see Toy Bro responding. Yeah, nice job ruining the surprise. And, just me. So T-shirt confirmed.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, and there's been a couple of different instances too, where he's just kind of like, he's tried to like straight up throw that out there that it's not a reaction. And it makes sense to me. In my comment, part of what I was saying was like it'd actually be kind of weird if it was a reaction, I think, because I mean, while that would be really exciting for, I think, some folks, if you think about what toys are out and available for the people who collect and love Thundercats, it's not like there's a ton of folks who have 4-inch 4-inch Thundercats figures, right?
Well, I mean, if you were all in on the, I'm going to keep your screen there. Just jump, like, if you need me to pull something on. Listen, if you're all in on the reaction, then you've got 3 3/4 inch, figures, right? And sure. I would have been perfectly happy. I'm not going to lie. I would have been perfectly happy with a reaction, Cat's Lair. I would have bought it. But it would have had to come in at the right price, right? Like I'm not gonna pay $300 for a reaction size Cat's Lair. I'm not gonna do that,
right?
If it coming in like $150 for a really nice looking reaction style Cat's Lair, I would have been all over that, right? $150, whatever, right? But knowing Super 7, that wasn't gonna happen. So logically, to me, it only made sense, right? To bring in. To make this Ultimates. I mean, that's what they've been pushing all this time.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's just what makes sense. And for anybody, I'm pretty sure everyone's already seen this, but because it's just been so popular right now, as one of my videos anyway. Dario did an incredible freaking job with this. Like, huge shout out. First of all, a huge shout out to Nerd Reverse for covering this, and that's where I found out about it. Right. So guys, if you haven't already, definitely check out Nerd Reverse on Facebook. Great page. They cover a lot of CG stuff, a lot of CG statues, right? So, a lot of great creators on this site, sharing their stuff. So definitely give them a like and a follow. You can see some really cool artwork here. Like, definitely, this Christopher Reeves is just, that's just boss.
That's great,
right?
Man, that brings me back to my childhood.
Absolutely. And yeah, like lot of great Superman nods in the Flash film, by the way, just so everybody knows. But yeah, definitely give you guys, check out Nerd Reverse on Facebook. Great stuff there. But this blew my mind. When I saw this for the first time, I was a believer. This made me a freaking believer. You know what I mean? Like, was that the first time you saw it, or did you actually see these posts ahead of time as well?
No, the first was I saw it here. It's the first
really?
time
On my video. Wow, that's really, yeah. I mean, this thing's absolutely massive, right? This thing's freaking huge, and obviously, let's not kid ourselves. The Thunder Tank was never going to fit in this thing. There was no effing way the Thunder Tank was ever going to fit in this thing. No freaking way. It was never going to happen. Damn it. It was never going to happen. This thing is just too big. I mean, look at Dario's hand. It's dwarfed by this miniature. You know what I mean? Like, this thing is massive.
It's huge. It's huge.
This thing is absolutely massive. But here's what kills me. Okay, this is what kills me, and I'm not gonna. I'm almost 100%. I'm almost certain that Super 7 had this in the works for a while. You know what I mean? You don't just start these things and then make them up on a. Okay, that's weird. That's why. Yeah, you don't just make these things up. You know what I mean? They don't come out of thin air. But I find it interesting in so much that it's just an interesting thing that Dario tweeted or shouted out to Super 7, right? Exactly when he posted it, which was back in April, right? And only a few months later, they decide to make the move to announce something of their own, right? And we still don't know. Like, there's no obviously
nothing confirmed.
Yeah, nothing confirmed. We don't know really what's going on, but what where are you gonna put this thing? Like, this thing is gonna be ridiculously huge. And I here's the crazy thing too, though. Rick, I have it on good authority from a friend, okay, who swears to me, and I have no reason not to believe this guy. Okay, swears that he's seen it. He's told me on good authority that he actually has seen it. Right, like he's actually been not in its presence. He saw it from a distance, but he's seen the prototype. That's what's been relayed to me on a certain level. Okay, like I can't deny or confirm that, right? But what you're bringing up, right? Things are correlating, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and to be clear, I wasn't fishing at all. Like, we were just chatting on Discord. Like, I know that he's super talented guy. He works there. Like, he has no reason to kind of F around, right?
Yeah.
But he was just straight up, like, nah, it's not reaction. And if you think about, like, you're right, things are lining up. If you think about that original tease, like, why would you tease something like that for San Diego Comic-Con when they spent so much in really trying to, like, build up the Thundercats Ultimates line and build that out? They made a Thunder Tank. That's no small feat. Like, they did that. They're, like, invested in doing. I know you got it, man. You're running out of room. You're gonna have to.
I'm out of room. There's no.
You're
There's
gonna
no
have to build
room.
a floating shelf for the cat's
There's no
lair,
room to
man.
be had here. This is I'm building a room here. Like I've got to like look, that's my couch.
Yeah.
It's my freaking cat. This is my cat, which is
Right.
occupying my
Right.
couch. It's tearing it up right now. It's literally got holes in my freaking couch right now. Like this
So
is
yeah, I just can't imagine them putting out that teaser. And so what I was sort of saying on the Discord was like, imagine they put out that teaser and then they announce at San Diego Comic-Con, it's a reaction. And I'm just saying, like, I know people would be really excited about that. And fair enough, there might be people out there with the reactions. But if you think about the figures that we got when we were kids, the LJNs, and all what they've been trying to do, they gave you a Thunder Tank. So they know that people are out there buying this stuff and that they're really trying to feed those fans. They have the Ultimates out there. Why would you then switch it up and create a Cat's Lair when I just really can't believe that Thundercats, there are as many Thundercats fans who have the reaction line as there are the Ultimates line. And if you think about those original LJN figures, those would scale fairly well with an Ultimate size.
they're okay. Like
Yeah, so why would
they're
you?
not that much bigger. Like what the hell is it?
Yeah, so like, why would you do a reaction? That's what I was saying. It just doesn't make sense. And then that's when he was just like, it's not reaction.
Yeah, even if they scale it towards the same, more or less the same size as the LJN version, we've seen it. I mean, if let me just, I'll bring it up again. Let's see, Legends, Cat's Lair. I mean, just looking at this photo of Laura, come on, yeah, just looking at this picture of Laura. I mean, like this thing is huge. You know what I mean? Like this thing is not small. This thing,
Oh yeah,
this thing is massive. You know what I mean? Like this thing is a beast, right?
I mean, look at her shoulders and look at its sort of shoulders.
Yeah, it's basically a bust. Yeah. This is a waist size bust. It's huge. This thing is huge, just absolutely massive, right? So it's just one of those things. Like we're seeing history unfold here. You know what I mean? Like I'm a lifelong Thundercats fan. Everybody knows that, right? I freaking bought a $4,000. So you know what I mean? Just crazy amounts of money. But I mean, I couldn't say no to the Thunder Tank. It was impossible. I was like, no, I need this thing, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So a lot of people are actually coming up and a lot of people. Primary 70 says, "Hey Brick, what's going on?" Same thing with Rhea says, "It's always good to see you, Brick."
Hey Ray.
Nolan's just teasing you right now. Did someone say AWOC?
I didn't.
Nolan said, "Hey Brick, what's going on?" A lot of people saying hi. Andrew Davis, geez, Jay, no Ernie Reyes Jr. action figure. For you, he was big. Yeah, he's my compadre. He's a good guy, but I just don't. Keaton was a nice dude. He was good, but he screwed everything up. He kicked the freaking ooze can into the water. Like he was a no. Okay, no. I'll buy his action figure. I don't need the bike. You know what I mean? The bike is like what was the point of the bike?
Did you ever have his haircut though?
Everyone had his haircut. What are you talking about? That's a Filipino special. What the heck, man? It was like you went to your barber specifically for that haircut. But yeah, no, like again, I love Ernie Reyes Senior. I love the Surf Ninjas, man. Like love both those guys. They were good. But am I gonna get that bike for $100? No, I'm gonna spend like the $32 it costs for Keto. Like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna. I can wait. I'm not hard up for Kino. Let's just put it that way.
I want his character from Red Sonja. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was his. Like between that and Sidekicks, that was my Ernie Reyes Jr. Okay, that was Ernie Reyes Jr. So, seriously, I've always remembered him as a little kid, right?
Yep. Me too.
And you got to remember he was Michelangelo too, right? No, he was
Donatello.
He was Donatello. Sorry, that's right. He was Donatello.
Voiced by Feldman.
Yeah,
Corey Feldman.
Yeah, great stuff. Let's see here. Trying to focus on the conversation, but my attention is being drawn towards the TIE fighters.
Oh,
Lego. Focus, James. Focus. I know, James, but that's okay. James is hurting, and we all understand why James is hurting. So we're gonna give James whatever leeway James needs. We're not gonna. If he's distracted by that, let him be distracted. It's a different distraction. Let's see here. Draconin. Darkonin. I don't know why I keep saying Draconin. Darkonin. I think the existing cast there by Hard Hero. I think that makes better sense for me. I don't even have space for a Thundercat as it is, and that's without the mutants. I think it's a little. You're talking about that little statue, Cat's Lair. That thing's tiny. No,
Yeah.
I need a real Cat's Lair.
Yeah, you put it way back there for forced perspective.
I need a real Cat's Lair. I just need that. Absolutely. Let's see here. I look at Nerd Reverse all the time. Can we buy those items? I'm sorry, Darkonin. I think we came in at the wrong time there. Let's see here. Christine, I bet the Thundercats Lair cost well over 1,000. I hope not. Christine, mon ami, please let's not go there. No. Here's we're gonna get into some history here, because it took me a while to figure this out, but we will figure this out, and I'll show you what. I'm gonna make my pitch, and you know what, Brick, you can help me out here. I'm gonna make.
I want to hear it. I'm
gonna make my pitch, and you guys can
nice.
Strike me down, or you can agree with me. Okay. Inflation, right? God, yes, but I'm hoping not. Honestly, I don't know if I believe that inflation alone is the reason for keep those price hikes. That's greed, if you ask me. That's not untrue. That's not untrue. Frankie, I'm financially ready to purchase cats. They have been waiting all my life. I couldn't tell from your thumbnail there, Frankie. Absolutely not. National Name Marvel. Knowing Super 7, they'll have a pre-order for minimum $750. Okay, again, I'm gonna bring up some history, and we will talk about that. But Nate, I have some points that I want to bring up. Darkonin. COVID and all the related changes are just a convenient excuse to raise prices across the board on everything, not just toys. However, I'm not going to deny what you're saying. However, some companies are walking it back because, what's it called? McDonald's is a really good example of this. They started hiking up prices at McDonald's, and people started leaving, right? And now the president, the current president of McDonald's, has actually gone on record saying we have to consider going backwards a little bit, because McDonald's is supposed to be cheap food for people to eat on the go. That is what McDonald's is supposed to be, right? When you start making McDonald's the same price as, like, let's say, Chipotle, or like slightly higher food for fast food, people are going to start saying, "What the hell? I'll just go to Wendy's or something." You know what I mean? Like, or and then you're getting into the like In-N-Out, and you're getting into so many different, like, they're all in that same space, right? So you gotta be. There's a fierce competition, and then you like. I hate to bring up things, but the wrong step on anything, the wrong step on anything can bring your market down. Oh. We're not going to get into specifics here, but let's just say that there have been missteps everywhere, and people and companies have started to suffer from that.
Do you all have Costco in Canada?
Oh yeah, we have Costco here.
They did the same thing. There was pressure from their board, and but to keep prices up, in fact, raise prices, but they actually opted.
No, they're smart, and I'll tell you. Yep. Let me say this: it's cheaper to buy a fully cooked Costco chicken than it is to buy it in the store right now. It's ridiculous. I can still buy a full chicken for, I think, $4 less than it is in the store, uncooked. Right? This thing's cooked, right? Mm-hmm. Ready to eat. I can't believe it. I literally, I was like, "Is that $10 now?" He's like, "No, it's $8." I was like, "What? Get out of here! That can't be $8." He's like, "No, it's $8." I was like, "No freaking way!" Raw chicken right now here in Canada is like $12. It's crazy. It's insane. Ron Douglas, hey, what's wrong? What's going on? Do you think Big Bad Toys will end up selling a few Thundercats? I don't know. They always do. They have a very good connection with Super 7, and they always give them prices which are very fair. But that's because Big Bad Toy Store has been a supporter of all these companies for years, right? Like smaller boutique companies, so they tend to do favors for them. Bloodsport 1, let's go. This is a must-have, but I have no room. But I still gotta buy it. This is the collector's problem, right? This is the collector's problem. Let's see here. Mr. Home Arcade, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. All right, I'm going to have to start skipping, guys. It got away from me again. Good to see you, Mr. Homework Kid. Always. Yeah, of course, dude. You are a super fan, and you know what? I get it, but I need a full size Ultimates. I mean, I just need it. Let's see here. Anybody else? Oh, okay. First of all, Christine, how Super 7 will be able to produce the castle at the same scale as a tank attack? It will be huge. It will be massive. It will we already know this. We already know this, Christine. It will be absolutely just ridiculous. It really will be. But how? No, they can do it. I mean, like, remember they did this. This is finished. this is no longer a proof of concept. This exists, right? This I'm going to do this. This beast exists. Okay, Christine. This thing is a reality, right? This thing was crowdsourced, which is I'm imagining. I don't think they can do this without a crowdsource. I don't think that's possible. I don't think it's possible. But this was crowdsourced. Unlike the Thunder Tank, which was not crowdsourced, the Thunder Tank was actually made to order. Right? This will need to be crowdsourced 100%. Ramen Toys in the house. Hey, Mega J and everyone. Christine, yes, working on the Marshall prototype. Yes. So there you are, Christine. Absolutely. They are working on it. So no worries for that. Nolan, I'm thinking that probably around the same time as Eternia. I hope not. Even though he looks amazing, Brick. Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know they started shipping them out already. That's awesome. That's sweet. Or did you get that early?
No. I waited like everybody else.
Justin Mohan, asked Ramen Toy, what happened to letting us know about the shirtless guy on your Instagram? LOL. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. You guys can have that side conversation for yourselves. Darkonin, I think 1,000 is over psychological threshold for most people. No, absolutely. I think people will risk 1,000 on a flag, and only because it's just one of those things which is a holy grail, right? I think people, right? But it's gonna people are gonna get divorced over that thing. People are gonna get divorced over that thing. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you. Wow, I didn't know you're moving. Oh, you're moving to a new location. Okay, Ramen. That's unfortunate. I hope it's a smooth move. Mothman 46. By the power of Orko, I have the liquor. Easy there, Mothman. Easy. That was a Mr. Home Arcade tagline, if I've ever heard one. Just Mohan. Depends on if we do it or license the third party. Need to be more patient. Yeah, I've heard the same. Because obviously that shirtless guy he is in his prime right now. He's kicking ass. Let's see here. Anybody else? Justin, Ramen Toy, thanks so much. Ace, looking forward to your Transformers line. Absolutely. Jim Serapio, as someone in Scarborough, why would I pay McD's prices when it's inexpensive for Chinese food abounds? It's getting, dude. I know what you're saying, but Chinese food is getting pricey too, bro. Chinese food is starting to get really, really pricey. I know what you're saying, brother, but seriously, things are going up everywhere. It's getting ridiculous. Darkonin, McDonald's and the wife and I son average about $25 these days. Wow, that's dang, and that's not cheap. Dude, you'd be one of the first. Honestly, good for you. Good for you. Holy crap, I just can't do it. I can't. I just can't do it.
I don't need a whole lot of McDonald's either.
I know, but still, every now and then. Yeah, Justin, it's getting ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Ramen Toy, yes, the next live stream you can see the new studio setup. Oh, that's great, awesome, good to hear it, brother. Old IT guy, Mickey D's needs to know its place. Just a step up from 7-Eleven. $12 for a Big Mac. Niche is I know it's. This much is true. They have to understand where they are in the market. This is like I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that. Brother, most people haven't. I can't resist. I love this thing. I love it. People are like, it's a waste of time. No, this thing's fucking gorgeous. Seriously.
Is that a typo? Do you think he has multiple or?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Nate, do you have more than one? That's crazy. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy. Yes, that was a Drunk He-Man quote, 100%. Let's see here. Anybody else? Hashtag free Modi. Yes, hashtag free Modi. Exactly. Anybody else we haven't said hi to yet? Justin, imagine if we're all wrong and it's a reaction version of Cast there. Honestly, brother, from Brick. Brick has the
Yeah.
screenshots. I
Oh, well,
haven't.
yeah.
I have it on good authority. I have it on good authority that someone's actually seen the damn thing, right? And apparently, I also have it on on. Well, it's a guess, but I have it on good authority. They're being planned to showcase it at SDCC. Now,
Yeah.
again, that's a guess. That's not. But it seems like all the stars are aligning
Mhm.
for a huge thing to happen at SDCC. So I just can't see it not happening. It's very crazy. I don't think so. It's gonna be a crowdsourced project. That's the way I look. I don't think you can do it outside of that. And again, I'm gonna start bringing up some points here. Eric Street 21, what's going on, brother? How are you doing tonight? Good to see you. Let's see here. My car insurance is pushing almost now.
Oh.
Oh my god, Nate, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is.
Did you insure your Thundercat? You have special car insurance for that, Jay?
Dude?
No.
Oh my god! Like, like, luckily for me, I have business insurance, and that's where everything's pretty much under. Like, that if anything happens in this studio, it's all like. But I'm not gonna get what I like. I'm not gonna get what it's actually. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's not actually what's happening. Eric Stream, deciding if I should pre-order that Mondo Skeletor. Don't decide, just take it. Just do the payment plan and get it. Just get it, brother. Just get it. Every 2 weeks, just pay the piper. Just pay the piper. Christine, Ace, Ramatoy, I'm already pre-ordering your Marshall 3030 on July. Take all my money. Oh, Christine, you're awesome. You're awesome. And Ace, there you go. There's a from France. There's all the way from France. And she's ready to throw it down. Oh my God, Nate, are you serious?
Oh, wow. it was intentional.
Wow,
okay.
I thought you were joking. Wow, I thought it was a typo too. Oh wow. JW Productions, 50-year-old Chris O'Donnell playing Robin as Batman and playing Robin in Batman 5. Absolutely, bring him back. 100% bring him back. I would love to see Chris O'Donnell again. Eric Stream, Hasbro should go ahead and shoot tie 3 Dragonflies because it's been moving so slowly. Yeah, but you guys got to remember, you guys got to keep in mind, 23 days left to go. Everyone's like, I don't think it's gonna make it, guys. 23 days left to go, and they're coming close to 14,000.
Yep.
I like. Here's the thing, okay? And Brick, chime in anytime.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your flow. I know you're going through. No, I mean, I'll just say about that Dragonfly. Not only are there going to be like individual fans grabbing stuff, but all the retailers are going to try and grab what they can too. It's happened every single time we have a HasLab or a Mattel Creations thing, right? So it's gonna. I know folks who want it. They're for whatever reason are waiting, but it's gonna happen.
No, 100%. And the thing you got to remember about this HasLab, okay, is that and let's here's my take on this, okay? Who the hell is Glenda? Like, that's right now, I think that's the question on everybody's mind. Who the hell is Glenda? And that is, I don't know if it was done on purpose or not, but it's one of these things where if you actually, okay, so definitely check out Toy Connection's video on who is Glenda. Okay, definitely check it out, because if you actually know who Glenda is, the decision actually seems smarter now. Because if people who know who Glenda is, if you know, you know. Because just like what Brick said, if you know, you know. And the reason that is because Glenda right now on the open market, uncarded, right, complete, is like Ken found her at Joe Fest. $600 they were asking for her. $600 for Glenda. That's crazy. Okay, that's absolutely bonkers. So and why is that? You're gonna have to go watch the video from Toy Connection. Yeah. But let me tell you that just on the Cole's notes. And I did a video as well. She's an exclusive figure from Argentina, right? And I believe it's something called like the Argentina 7 or something like that.
Argentina 7, yeah.
Yeah. So they are super rare figures that were only produced in Argentina. Much like, for us MOTU fans, much like CamoCon, right? Think along those lines. All right. deep cut character, and she has actually made her way into a sort of canon in the North American versions, based off of the comic books. She made her official debut and was quickly eliminated. I'll put it that way. Um, that's what that's where that came from. As a matter of fact, why am I talking about this? Let's go ahead and bring in the expert, Ken. Tell us,
Hey, Ken.
who Glenda is.
Oh, and I just haven't had a chance to test my headphones yet. Give me a sec. Okay, all right. Hear me good?
You're a little tinny.
Yeah, you are a bit tinny, but they're fine, I guess.
No. Let's plug the microphone back in.
Okay. While you're doing that, we'll continue. Oh, did he just? Ken just blanked out.
Jump off. Oh, he'll probably come back.
He could have. I don't think he's understood. You can just mute yourself and then start doing stuff. But anyway.
I got a simpler take on the Glenda thing.
Sure,
man.
go ahead, Brick.
I'm a bit of an outsider. I grew up with a GI Joe, collection as a kid, and I love GI Joe, but I haven't been doing the classified thing. That said, man, y'all are being fed. Like, if you are a GI Joe fan right now, I just don't get the sort of like negativity or frustration. Like, you had a successful his tank, whether you liked it or not. Like, you're getting a 6-inch massive tank, and now you're getting this amazing helicopter on top of that. And so they announced a figure that, okay, so you don't know the character. Fair enough. I get it. When I look at that character, though, man, that sculpt, it's gorgeous. And then when you start to look at the things that many people have already pointed out, wait, this is seeding the fact that you're going to get a classic Scarlet if you look at that body, and you're going to get Flash down the road because of the gun. I personally don't understand how anyone could be frustrated at what they're getting. They might want to have all sorts of other things instead, but just on the face of it, what you're being offered, I don't know, man. There are a lot of things that I want to see done in the toys that I collect that aren't being done. So I don't know. I guess it's a little simpler take, but I think that figure's great. And on top of that, it's a cool character because I learned about it from Toy Connections. And so,
how do I sound now?
You sound
better. Awesome.
So great.
Awesome.
So tell us who Glenda is, Ken. Tell us who Glenda is.
See last week's video when Ken's brain was working, because right now brain is shut off, camera is grainy, Ken is lazy, should probably be in bed. But who is Glenda? Everything Brick something just said. Okay. All right. So
okay. Let's give your brain a break. When you found her at Joe Fest, what was your first opinion?
Okay, so it just by coincidence, literally 5 days before the announcement, I was holding the vintage Glenda at Joe Fest, and I don't know, did I say this the last time I was on Mega J? Because what happened was I saw her there. Her chrome wasn't great, but she was complete. Right. And I'm like, this is a little underpriced from what I know. And I was actually quite shocked, quite sticker shocked, right? Because I'd never held one in person. And I was like, okay, it's the end of the day Saturday. If I come back first thing Sunday morning, she's probably still here. So I noodled on it overnight. I was talking to people because we're at Joe Fest. When you go to the bar,
what was the price?
It was $600 US.
Jesus Christ. And that was underpriced?
So her chrome was pretty rough, but she was complete. And I went to one of the experts, I went to Troy, who's running Call Sign Longbow, and I said, is this a good price? And he goes, well, Ken, I spent $7 back in 2017, and it was a little better chrome than that, because he's like, I know which one you're talking about, because Kenny's selling it, and I've been to that booth, and you should hope for one with better chrome, but at that price, given that he had paid $700 back in 2017, and the prices have gone up, he's like, this is definitely underpriced, and you're probably going to have a hard time finding another one, especially complete at that price. I said, okay. So I talked to a few other experts, came back the next day, and what story was I told? Oh, Ken, when you were looking at it, the person next to you heard you were going to buy it and then went ahead and picked it up.
Yeah.
And that's how I settled for the Fun School Sergeant Slaughter, which a lot of people actually consider that more desirable than Glenda, depending who you talk to. But so, and then all of a sudden, 5 days later, she was announced, and I saw everyone kind of talking about her, and I'm like, okay, well, if everyone's talking about her, Why don't I just come out and tell my story? Because I spent the night asking about Glenda. I'm like, why is she important? Because I'd read about the Argent 7. I knew about her scarcity. I knew what series she was from. But I had literally been talking to people who've been going to Joe Fest and Joe Con for the last like 20 years. And they were kind of bombarding me with this information, adding to what I already knew. So I was like, I'm just going to make this video. Right. And yeah, I mean, she was a helicopter pilot. So thematically, and I said this in the video, she absolutely fits thematically. She's obscure, so people don't know her. Right. So I can understand people might be frustrated, but you can't. It's hard to put a mainline character back there anyway. Like Airborne in anything other than a sub-team theme would not have worked. Right. People want Doc. Do you really want Doc? Because either way, people are going to complain. Say you put Doc there, people are going to say, "Oh, I didn't want a Dragonfly, but I guess I got to buy one now." Right? If it's General Hawk, it's going to be like, "Oh, why is the leader behind a paywall?" Like, either way, people are going to complain.
Right.
I just think that they went. It is a step more obscure than you would expect, right? Because, you know, the level of obscurity after mainline typically goes sub teams. And then if they are going to lean into international, they usually lean into, they should lean into like Europe action, like Palatoy Action Force that people know a little bit more about. Leaning all the way into Argentina, Plastirama, you're going many layers deep. And that's why it's a bit of a risk. But hopefully the video that I put out, which has actually performed way better than my channel average, hopefully that's helping to kind of enlighten people. Because all I wanted to do was say, this is who the character is. I didn't say, oh my God, I can't wait. You should all back this HasLab. I wasn't about to say that because I wasn't feeling that that was the reason to back the HasLab either. But I was saying to myself, well, selfishly for me, I've now got a reason, like even more reason to pick this up, given I just missed out on a vintage one. I can get one in the classified line and basically just say, everything came full circle. That's not a bad consolation prize, right?
You know what? First of all, I'm just going to answer this really quick question. Private. No, this is live. You know, wife. Yeah, believe it. It's live. So
yeah,
they're
and Clint, yes, Clint, yes. The adrenaline high was huge for all 3 days at Joe Fest. Like the energy just didn't die for me for 3 days. Yeah, I came back and felt a lot of social anxiety because I burnt my energy out.
So, you know what? Let's say it this way. I usually drag Ken onto live streams. He just outright refused when he got back. I was like, Ken, you want to go? Fuck off. He basically told me to fuck myself.
When did I do that?
He's like, get out of my face. I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to talk to you.
No, you messaged me. I was watching WrestleMania 19. Then I'm like, there's a StreamYard link. How long ago did you send this? I'm like,
yeah, I know. That's the
problem. All right. Well, we're not at Rock versus Austin yet. I guess I can jump on before I get too lost in this WrestleMania pay-per-view I'm watching. So
no, not today. Yeah. I was talking about like when you got back from Joe Fest. But
oh yeah, because a lot of people sent me messages saying, do you want to come and do a stream? Yeah. And I'm like, I think my head's still buzzing from 3 days of
That's why he told me. That's why he's like, Jay, screw yourself. I'm like, all right. I'll leave.
I said it very nicely.
I'll leave.
I said it very politely and a lot more words. Jay, you know, I did not say it. You may have heard it.
He's lying. He's lying.
He said, "Would you please go screw yourself?"
Those words did not come from my mouth, but they may have entered your ears and into your brain. But I still did not say them.
Dakota, all three of these guys are definitely alive for the live stream.
Yes, we are.
Clint says, "Thank you, Ken."
Anytime, Clint. Yeah,
absolutely. Christine, I invite you to follow the Art of Eternia, new collective of French artists who does a great job for MOTU Origins products. Thank you, Christine. We will definitely check that out. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead. Do you have a website, Christine? Maybe we can throw it up on the. I'll do a quick search. Let's do a quick search.
Sure.
Let's do a quick search here.
And Andrew Davis, where are you at, man? I saw you at Joe Fest, and I saw you in the chat. I wonder if you're still watching.
I'm gonna go ahead. Is it a Facebook page or is it a?
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, Collectif d'Artistes. Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right, guys. Definitely.
Nice logo.
These are a collection of French artists. Wow, this looks great. I'm gonna go ahead. Sorry, Christine. I'm just going to. Christine says hi, Ken.
Hello. And this looks very interesting.
Bonjour. So, how much French do you speak, Ken? I think I asked you that question once.
Grade 8 level French, and then I forgot it. Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, and eBay. Okay.
Awesome.
So is this the right one, Christine? Is this? Am I in the right place, or am I in the completely wrong place? I don't want to get to the wrong section. So let's go check Instagram just in case. Actually, you know what? I wonder if they haven't. No, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe they have something else. Let's just check. So Art of Eternia. Instagram. Let's do that. Oh, it's kind of hard. I guess we'll check it. No, that looks like a different. That looks like something else. Okay, you're gonna have to send me either a link. This is the closest thing I found. I'm not sure if this is correct. Christine, please let us know if we're in the right place. Instagram, Facebook, eBay.
It fits the description. Collective of artists from France. That's what she was saying.
I'm not really sure if this is the right place, but I guess we'll find out. Like, we'll scroll through this one anyway. This looks like a really cool place anyhow.
See if she can post the link directly there, because I'm not sure if they'll let her because she doesn't have mod rights, but see if she can.
Christine, if you don't have mod rights, just give us the @ symbol for the Instagram page. Private says, haven't had a chance to play Street Fighter 6, but the game looks great. You know what? I think a lot of people have talked about Street Fighter 6. That it's kind of like a love letter to fans. As I understand it, you can actually play the real Street Fighter from the 90s on there. So that's always a lot of fun. I don't know, maybe. I've seen it. It's not exactly my cup of tea. Have you guys have any interest in the new Street Fighter?
I haven't played video games in years. The last video game I played was The Last of Us in like 2014-15. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I've just jumped back on, but it's not on. I don't think it's on Switch. My kids just got a Switch, so I'm
going to try Facebook. Let's see if we can get Facebook here. All right, so
I'm still stuck on Dragonfly and this whole Glenda thing, man. I just don't get it. Like,
you mean the reactions or what?
The reactions, and just like, it's a really cool figure. Two, as you pointed out, it's a deep cut. So I get it. People are like, I don't know this figure. And then you do a little bit of research, you find out that it is a thing. Would you rather it be a random character, or like you said, a character stuck behind a HasLab that you now feel like you have to get? So
I think the problem is a lot of people saw it and got a bit of shock, kind of like, okay, did you just make up a character? Like that was the initial thought, because a lot of people just assumed that. And
if that's the case, though, and then they quickly find out that it's not, like, even if you made up a character, I'm just wondering, like, so go to the His Tank. We didn't have any of those characters that they made. They literally had us do a survey on what color you want. No one went. Purple was never a color.
I think they sold us into His Tactician because it was an original Ron Rudat design from the 80s. So there was that in. You know what I mean?
Okay, on that note, look at her body. That's Scarlet.
Yeah, 100%.
Look at her gun in her backpack. That's Flash. I'm just pointing out that I think there's other reasons maybe why people are frustrated, or some folks just can't be pleased. I mean, that's
you know what? I've never had more negative comments on a video than I got on the Glenda video. There was a lot of I better not respond this because I think they might be missing the point. You know, like it's not about any of the negative stuff. It's just about, here's the backstory. That's it. Do what you want with the information, right? And I think some people just miss the point, and that's okay.
So the vitriol that I think is being received is that people don't understand. Okay, first of all, I think I found Art of Eternia. So Christine, thank you so much for sharing this. I think they also have a website. So guys, definitely check out Art of Eternia on Facebook, and I'm thinking this is the same thing on artofelternia.com. So guys, definitely check these out. Some wonderful artists here as a collective. Look at that. That is really cool. Right? So, and that's a full size, holy crap, that is a full size Sky Sled. These are banners. These are banners. You can actually ride that thing. That's crazy. Yeah, they had the Formo Legends of Dragonor at a convention, I guess, recently.
That's cool.
Yeah, very neat. Wow, it looks like they had a convention. Whoa! It's a
That's life
Ground Ripper.
size too,
Yeah, full size Ground Ripper. Holy crap!
or is it a Road Ripper?
Oh yeah, exactly. Is it a Road Ripper? Right. Oh wow, I love that. Look at that Castle Grayskull banner right at the top.
Ooh.
That could not have been easy to get up there. That's absolutely crazy. Wow, this is a great convention.
Oh
Looks like
wow.
a lot of great customizers here, and this is in France. This is beautiful. Got some cosplayers going on. Wow, they had a huge stage. That's sweet. Los Amos. Yeah. This is the Los Amos convention. Okay, so this must have been. I'm guessing this was in what's it called, South America or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is really cool.
Cool art.
Wow,
That's
very,
great.
very, very neat. Yeah, actually, I think I recognize this guy. I think he's part of the Hordak sculptors group. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But yeah, that's awesome. I might be completely wrong on everything. I don't know. We'll see what happens because he's wearing the he's wearing the shirt from I think he's wearing
Mega Custom X.
no he's wearing the
Receiving.
thing the Art of Eternia shirt. So I could be completely wrong. Yeah, no, this must be a. I'm thinking he must be the moderator for the site. I again, like totally off base here. I think. Oh, there it is, Christine. Yes, it's good. We'll contact Will Fourret, the group administrator of Art of Eternia. Okay, great. So we did get it right. So yay! So we found the mystery. We found the mystery.
Awesome.
So yeah, wonderful sites, guys. Definitely check them out. A lot of great artists here. So Christine invites everyone to join this collective. So yeah, definitely check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/Art of Eternia, and on their website, artofelternia.com. Check out some of their latest posts. Some really great stuff going on here. So yeah, guys, have a lot of fun. Check this out. This is really cool. They actually had limited edition. I think these were made only for the event.
Very cool.
It's a slime pit. It looks to me like a slime pit sort of power. The power pool of the Snake Man. Ooh, that's cool. That is really neat. Oh wow! If you get all three, they actually join into. No. I think if you rotate the box, that's what it is. That's really cool. See how the box is like folded? So it's got three different sides on each of the box. So you can actually, if you bought three of them, you could actually display them like this.
Oh, sure. Cool. Turned out.
Yeah, because when you fold them like this, right? But then if you buy three of them, you can set them up like that.
That's cool.
Which is really cool. Okay. Well, Juka just chimed in. Trying to figure out the new MOTU comment announcement. From what I can gather, it's the story, Revelation verse. Okay, just randomly, Juka decided to message me about his post today.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the forge of
about the new prequel.
Prequel Revelation.
Apparently, it's a prequel Revelation verse from the story.
Yeah,
well, that's neat.
It does look cool.
A couple of Gar on the cover. Yeah, it looks good.
It does look cool. So yeah, Juka, of course, is a good friend of the channel and wonderful animator. So yeah, this is awesome, guys. Definitely check out Art of Eternia Collective on Collectif des Artistes. So definitely give them a look. My French is terrible, and I apologize to everybody who's had to suffer through that. And then definitely check them out on their website, which is awesome. Yeah. So for me, for me anyway, we might as well bring it up. Glenda, like I think Glenda caught everybody off guard, but I think what a lot of fans were expecting with the tier 2 was another main line, right? I think that's where all the vitriol comes from. I think a lot of people were basically like, "Who is this girl? Why is she taking up a spot?" Right? I'd rather have Scarlet. Right. I think that's if they had, okay. So as you guys know, many of you, I'm just gonna bring it up.
The 2008 Scarlet.
But yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah,
ahead
the 25th anniversary series one. Yeah, the flight.
Well,
suit one.
I'm gonna bring that one up. But we're gonna talk about that too. But what I was actually gonna do was really quickly because I just don't have the time to Mega J Retro, who is that up. Okay, so then images and yeah. So yeah, if she looked like this, right? If she showed up, if she literally showed up like this, which is basically Scarlet, I think immediately people would not have said a thing, and they just would have started throwing money at it, right? I think that we would have been past
maybe.
Or would they say, why is this? Well, actually, no.
Wouldn't if you were a
justify it.
hardcore Joe fan and you weren't gonna do the 275, wouldn't you now be upset that there's a cool Scarlet out there that you're not getting? If
my
you were one of
brain
those
is
who
still
was like,
processing because they've released Scarlet before, but not in the
Sure.
retro style look. So I was about to say maybe they'd be okay because we've had a Scarlet, but no, this is the true retro style Scarlet.
Yes,
like the
that's
one we just looked at, not this one.
Yes, yes. Like this is everyone's been chopping at the bit to get this one, but if you had released her like this, I think we would have had the same problem. Okay, but alternatively, people would have been like, "That's the wrong costume. That's not the same one that you," because it looked like a parallel to what was being released with the Sky Striker, because she was released in the same colors in her flight suit for the Sky Striker, right? It was the same color scheme, but she had the you could have put the canopy dome on her. You know what I mean? It was the atmospheric pressure suit. You know what I mean? That's the problem, right? So it would have looked like you're just copying the Sky Striker. You know what I mean? Like that.
Well, they also had the tooling for Ace for the Sky Striker, right?
Right.
Because did they not just use the tooling for Ace and then put Scarlet's head on and make it blue?
No, but this is the thing, right? And that's exactly
Right.
what
they don't have Ace tooled up for this.
No, and
classified yet. But I think that's where you're going. So I think I jumped ahead again.
No. It's you're absolutely right? Like again, Ace and Ripcord, and but the thing is, when you think about it, Ripcord is the exact same Ripcord. It's the Night Force Ripcord. And then out of nowhere, we also get a character who literally is the same colors, same style, if you will, as the Scarlet, right? So I think that's what threw a lot of people off, right? They just didn't understand, who are these people, right? Why are they like? Why include? First of all, why include Ripcord?
You know what, right? Though, I mean,
we're not going to the stratosphere. We're not going anywhere near the stratosphere. You know what I mean? Like he should be jumping from 60,000 feet or something. You know what I mean? Like that's what the rebreather is for, right? For him to actually enter breathable space.
And also, you don't want to be jumping out of a helicopter with anyways. Yeah.
Well, you can again. He's supposed to be a paratrooper. He's supposed to jump from God knows where, right? But Glenda as again, it's the name was like nobody like when I'm sorry, Ken, but the first thing I said, who the hell is Glenda? That was my first reaction. That was everyone's reaction, right? And you titled your video perfectly, because that's exactly what people were searching the term. Who the hell is Glenda? That's exactly what they were typing in, like 100%. Your video was so well timed. It wasn't even funny. What the hell? Okay, you guys might lose me for whatever reason. My laptop just went to 4% on the battery. That is weird. If you guys lose me, keep going without me. I'm just going to give you guys a preface on that.
Okay. Will it still look for your charger? Up? It'll stay up.
Okay.
I'm just saying, because you might lose me.
No, I just wasn't sure if it would just stay up, but sure.
Yeah, it looks like I'm still going. My laptop's been acting funny these days. Christine, see, it's not even bringing up the comment. There it is.
It is.
Yes,
yeah, I don't know why, but my computer's starting to lag.
Mine does that.
Okay, so Christine, thank you for bringing it up. Absolutely. Yeah. Again, we're all here trying to support artists, and where the heck did it go? And of course, local creators. So 100%, I'm very happy to bring up the Art of Eternia. That was not even a question. I would have done that. I would have done that anyway. So thank you so much for bringing it to our attention. Merci beaucoup. Really appreciate any. Again, my French is terrible, but thank you for letting us know about this wonderful community. We definitely would like to give as much attention to that.
Yeah, sorry. Carry on.
No, go on.
No, I mean, if you look at who was in the Argent 7 that Glenda was released as part of, there's a lot of tooling you can reuse for the other members of the Argent 7, right? Like if you pull up, well, that's is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4.
This
That's
is
six.
from
That's
this is from histank.com.
yeah.
All right.
But it does include the Grunt, who wasn't part of the Argent 7. You had 6 of the Argent 7 there, right? But like you look next to Glenda, you've got a Snake Eyes on one side, that's the Cobra Mortal, and on the other side, you've got Manle, or Manly, however you say his name, who is Stalker. Next to him, you've got Red Mac, who could be retooled from Flash, right? And you got Shimmick and Topson next to him. You're missing the Cobra Invaser out of the 7. I don't know why they have the Argent Tan Grunt there, but the way it works. Oh, I know why. Because let me know if I'm going too deep cut here, but my understanding is that the Plastirama had 2 waves. I think they had 2 waves of GI Joe. There was 1988 wave, and then there was 1989 wave. And 6 of the 7 from Argent 7 were released in the 1989 wave. And for some reason, the Cobra Invaser from the previous series always gets lumped into the Argent 7. Point being, overall, though, is that you have tooling you can reuse. So if Glenda people catch on with her, they can do Cobra Mortal, they can do Manly, they can introduce these characters and kind of deepen and expand their lore. Right? Maybe they saw what Masters of the Universe was doing with Keklar and Modi and these kinds of characters and thought maybe they could take a page out of that book. Having said that, as I mentioned to others before, Modi was sold because he was like a pet, right? These are just deep cuts. And people might think they're deep cuts just for the sake of deep cuts. So, yeah.
Yeah, but sorry, Brick, what were we going to say?
Nothing. I'm just, again, maybe I'm lost, but I think it's a great figure. It has some basis in the history of the franchise. It creates the opportunity to project that we're going to get an original Scarlet. It's got a way better face than a lot of the Masterverse I've been getting. And so it's just like, I struggle with it. And, I'm looking at some of the comments, like I'm looking at Toy Bounty Hunter above that one. More people would be complaining about a mainline character being behind the $275 paywall,
which is
than
true.
those who are complaining about Glenda.
And I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that idea. Right. Like, again, like, who was it? People were talking about Lift Ticket. If Lift Ticket, first of all, he needs a vehicle of his own. You know what I mean? And it would be gigantic. I mean, that thing would be
with a tomahawk.
that would be huge.
Yeah.
That would be just stupid, right? But,
Yes.
but we're talking about Cat's Lair now too. But the reality is, right, that you don't want to lock. Or people were talking about Lifeline. I'm like, okay, Lifeline makes more sense to me, right? If you're talking about a rescue, but again, I think he would be better served on the Tomahawk, right? Again, just so many different things that you could pair up with, right? But if you wanted to put in Lifeline, I wouldn't say no. But at the same time, just like you said, people would be pissed. They'd be like, "Oh my god, I need Lifeline. Why are you doing that? I need a dock. Why are you doing that?" Right? Again, this is where it boils down to. I think it's a genius move. I really do. And the other reason I think it's a genius move is what Ken was saying. She's $600 freaking outside of the goddamn packaging.
Yeah, that's more than 2 Dragonflies
with scratched up chrome. She's
with
chrome. She was a little underpriced for what people are saying. Even that condition,
what the hell
with
does that
good
mean?
chrome, with good chrome, she's into the 4 digits American. Like
oh my god!
Like people will pay over a grand. Will pay. Between $1,000 to $1,500 US for the Glenda that's in that picture there, which has no chrome wear. People will give you well over $1,000 for that.
Oh my freaking god!
And just think about that. There's like 2 ways to look at that. There's 2 ways to look at that. You can say, okay, well, for the rest of us who weren't getting that figure and weren't going to pay $600 for a messed up chrome one, or even more for a nice one, this is an opportunity for us to have that character. Okay, that's one way of looking at it, and yay. Or I don't know who this character is, right? But again, all the other reasons that we've stated, it's like I don't have to worry about it being a figure that I really want, right? Like a main figure. I don't know. It's just I struggle a lot, and with this concept, especially when like
Yeah.
I want to come back to even $275 for that thing,
Mhm.
for that size helicopter. When I'm looking at some of the other things that have come out, I think it's such a great deal. How much was
Well-
wasn't the his tank $300?
Yes, it was.
It was
Yes, it
$200.
was.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah.
and then so we went back on price. Sure, people are now measuring plastic or what. It's ridiculous.
and
like,
I-
folks, you're getting something good. Like,
I think they're testing the waters as well too, because if you look at the Cobra Mortal next to her, that's Snake Eyes, right?
mhm.
And then the
Because you're
Cobra
thinking
Invader.
they could make more of these.
That's right, right. And the Cobra Invader, which is not shown here, that's also another Snake Eyes mold. So they could, realistically say, "Oh, we tested the waters with Argentina. It worked in the HasLab," even though that's probably not going to be the sales driver, right? So
Yeah, here's where I was going with this.
Okay.
The brakes, not the brakes really, but they're pumping the brakes now. In terms of collectors are pumping the brakes now because they have no idea who she is,
Mhm.
right? Here's like a strategically wise, and we've already been it's already been proven that the GI Joe team knows how to pivot. They're masters at this now, and they've done it twice already, and have really good results. Okay, they know that if this continues from if like they'll probably give it another week to see what happens, but
Mhm.
after this next week, and they're going to be down to 15 days. That's when you're going to see them say, "Okay, guys, just because we know you're excited. Here's the redacted file for the next character," and all of a sudden it's General Hawk, and people lose their
Sure.
freaking minds, and they go for it, right? And then the needle will move this way again, and then if it actually goes way past 220,000, all of a sudden, and again, if they were smart, they go ahead and say, "All right, guys, just like with the Hess tank, we're going to give you another figure to shoot for. At 30,000, you get boom, right?" And then that's how it is. And who knows? Maybe it'll be that Argentinian 7 Snake Eyes, which would be super simple to do. You know what I mean? Because he already exists, right?
Sure.
Literally, and
Yeah.
four different Snake Eyes right now. We have.
I
four
feel like at that point though,
different
you
figures
will
like that.
frustrate. I feel like you would
Yeah,
frustrate
but
the people who don't know who Arden 7
but
is. But
there's no skin. There's
Sure.
There's
Then-
it's
nothing to
true.
lose.
But let me ask you this: Can people from Argentina buy the HasLab? Is it shipping
Ooh.
too? Because I'm wondering also. Again, just I'm an outsider, speculation. I don't work at Hasbro, but like, what if they're just looking at their market and they, for whatever reason, have identified that like, hey, we need to activate a certain market again, and this might be a way to draw more folks in Argentina to start buying classified.
Well, my understanding is
just-
Plastorama didn't last that long in Argentina, so I'm not sure whether or not they would like it didn't last anywhere near as long as GI Joe lasted here.
So there's not much of
for
a
their,
base
for their
is what you're
Commandos
saying.
Heroicos lines. I'm not sure. Also, if we're talking about mainline characters behind a paywall, I bet that General Hawk would be like the flight suit General Hawk, the version, the 1991 version of him, or the Talking Commandos version that came in 92 or 93. I think that's if they're going to put General Hawk in, they're not going to put his Sunbow appearance or his 1982 appearance. I don't think.
Yeah, those are two.
Yeah,
those are two
and
valid.
if they do the Snake Eyes Cobra Mortal or Cobra Invader, honestly, I'd be all for it as well, because the one thing you probably didn't see in my video is that the Argent 7 all mint condition, somebody was asking 10 grand for that at Joe Fest.
Jesus,
For the 7, for the group of 7.
Here's the thing: if they offer the Argent 7 Snake Eyes again at the end of the line, why is it doing that again? It is no skin off of anyone's back, and the reason it's not is because the mold for Snake Eyes has already been made multiple times. They have like 4 versions of them already. If it's the original version, then all they got to do is just do the recolor, and they're good to go. And that's why it's such a simple, easy choice, right? If you're gonna put in an extra character, very similar to like unlike the Coco, Mickey Mouse Coco, that basically threw everybody for a loop because they're doing what they're doing with this version of Scarlet is what they're doing with the Mickey Mouse Coco, which is getting a Sunbow version of Cobra Commander back into the line, making him a special edition thank you to all the fans who backed the his tank
with the Mickey Mouse ears,
with the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But then
so it's still a variant.
Yeah, but then next year we're gonna get Cobra Commander, right?
Yeah, you're gonna get the mainline version.
Yeah, he's gonna come out whether he's on a retro card or not, right? Okay, that looked so strange. You just ducked out, and all of a sudden I saw something else. I was like, "What happened there?"
Oh.
I really do think that good things are happening for the Joe team right now. It's just.
Oh yeah. Oh, big time.
Yeah, I mean, can we just pause for a second because I'm looking at something. I think it was Ski Raider saying, "I'm loving this dream products dropping in succession," and I just want to think about that. Like, again, to go back to my friend Ken here, who has been talking about this, like, this toy renaissance, this period that we're in. Like, we're living in a world where, and I said this when it came out, a 6-inch his tank came out, a 6-inch Dragonfly is coming out, right? We've got Eternia shipping soon that no one ever believed would ever be made again, right?
Yep.
I mean, we've just got all of these things in the wings. We're talking about a potential Cats Lair, and if you take the Cats Lair out of the equation, because we don't know that's a thing, we just got a Thunder Tank, right? I mean, just think about all the things that are out there right now, and that's where my brain goes, because I'm just like, I can't believe this is all happening. Like, again, Sun Wukong, like, with this level of detail, like, I would have never thought that would be a toy that I would be able to have. So that's where I struggle a little bit when folks get so frustrated. It's like, do you not even realize where we're at right now? Like, this moment that we're in. And so I don't know, maybe that's just me, but
well,
it just seems
you
like
said the words toy renaissance, and I waited till I had you on camera to show dun, da, da, da.
Yeah, I saw that. It's a monkey night, folks. Bring out your monkeys.
My monkey's standing over. My monkey's over there.
And I met Jason at Joe Fest. He was there with Kato and Jeremy. Very nice guy.
Yeah,
very nice.
So that that's where you got it from.
No, I got it before that, but I was just I met them there.
So they're shipping now, folks.
And Andrew Davis, who's in the chat, did walk up and introduce himself to me very flamboyantly at Joe Fest. I had just left Sarge's booth, like the photo where I gave the hug with Sarge. Not 3 seconds after I left the booth, my senses are still on fire. I suddenly hear, "Yo!" And this guy like walks up to me, like, bigger guy than me, right? And it's just like, "I know you, but I bet you don't know me." That's how he introduces himself to me. Andrew, correct me if I missed some lines in there. And of course, I've never seen him in person before. So he just starts talking wrestling with me. Then he starts saying some of the stuff he says to me in the chat. He goes, "You know who I am." I'm like, "You got to be Andrew." Now, you got to bear in mind, like I said, my senses are still on fire because I just saw Sarge not 10 seconds ago. Right. But it was just a priceless moment. And Andrew and we hung out on and off throughout the weekend. But it was just a great introduction where he just started reciting like wrestling lines and run-ins with steel chairs and off the top rope elbow smashes. Like it was a great meetup. Right. Kind of ambushed me there, but I wouldn't have it from Andrew. I would never have it any other way, other than to be ambushed unexpectedly.
But it's Kismet, right? The wrestling connection.
That's right. That's why he just started talking, and I figured out who he was. So
100%. Liam Zone, why not another option like the His Tank where we get to pick the color option for the figure? That seemed really welcome. You know what? I think that the opportunity would have been there if there was actually an army builder attached to the Dragonfly. There really isn't, right? Wild Bill has always been traditionally connected to the Dragonfly. And here's the main problem with Joes. There are more mainline Joes than there need to be, but that's the whole point of the freaking line, right? The cartoon did something right where they actually created generic grunts. Even with Grunt, he's not really a generic grunt. He actually is a mainline character. Even though now they've actually included a head, which can be a battalion trooper, right? But the grunts who were in the Sunbow cartoon, they all look like Duke, but with helmets. You know what I mean? So basically, there was something and Super Sevens jumped on that train. They're pumping out sailors, they're pumping out grunts, they're pumping out it's crazy.
Green shirts,
green shirts and red shirts, and they all have different ethnicities attached to them. It's a genius move,
Yep.
right? If you want to be
in the 5 POA style, yeah.
yeah, and they are 5 POA. So and they don't. It's not. They're not O rings, but they still will. You scatter them amongst your Joe infantry. They fit in just fine, right?
Yep.
Genius move, genius. And that's the problem. That's the problem with your that's unfortunately the downfall of that suggestion in this case,
Right.
because they could not really do that. They couldn't give us because there's no army builder attached to it. I think
I think it's just Cobra. It's the nature of Cobra. It works with a his tank. They're fully covered
and
faces,
it was also, like I said, it was
color figures. Yeah,
it was a Ron Rudat special too, right? Like they might
Right.
not have that luxury on this one, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
100%. Follow up to that. I think we need to have a special color variation for mainline figures. That way, no one feels left out. Missing a named figure and backers still have something special. So, see, there's a dangerous place you're talking about there. I mean, if we look at Star Wars right now, people are burning out with repaints, right? I think that seems to be a really big problem with this. And you're talking about a technique which all companies implore to keep making money off toys, right? But there is a fatigue factor involved with that. Rick, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are the very last section where it says, "And backers still have something special," because from where I stand, Glinda is special. Like literally, we just heard that this was a character that existed in one place. People are paying like an upwards of $600 for damage. Like you do have something special. That is what's being offered. So I don't know. But I hear you on the repaints too. I hear that sort of fatigue, and I think at the end of the day, for some people, if it's not a unique character to add to your forces, it's just another variant of a thing. It feels also easy for people to kind of walk away and be like, "Yeah, that's not that big a deal." We saw that with Coco, like with Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander. People are like, "No, it's cool. I know they're going to come out with the actual Cobra Commander later." It's kind of like, yeah, no big deal. It doesn't feel special. People are willing to walk away from it. But this is a named character that has some history in the lore. People are paying top dollar for the vintage version because it's like a rare figure. To me, I don't know. Just to me, it seems like a good win.
Yeah.
And can I just go back to the fact that I think it's a great looking figure? That face, like, I do Masterverse. That's one of my biggest things. I replace the heads with custom heads. I often will pay more for a head to replace certain Masterverse heads than I did for the original figure.
Absolutely.
Because they don't give me great stuff, but classifieds, the exception of maybe CoverGirl and Falcon. The heads are great. She looks amazing.
Absolutely. Eric Stream says, I remember the scarlet and blue suit. I believe I still have her sealed from my first collection reaction. So my first reaction for Glenda was maybe an International Joe with the figure, with the fig is so rad, and I'm all in. Again, there's a mixed reaction from all the fans, and that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
We're at a crossroads with Glenda. Unfortunately, there seems to be a definite disconnect there. But I can almost guarantee if the next figure in the line is a main line who people have been waiting for, and it's going to be a variant if they're smart. That way, just like Ripcord, who is from the Night Force Ripcord, because you don't want to put we've been talking about this for a while. We don't want to put a paywall on a mainline character.
Yeah.
People are just going to get pissed off, right? It's just going to upset a lot of people. It's got to be something which makes sense. Like in my opinion, which they're not going to do because it'll be crazy. A General Hawk in his in his what's it called in his trial uniforms, where it's like he's got his pips, he's got his it's that
like his dress blues,
formal,
it wouldn't be blues, but yeah,
his army deck, you know what I mean, like his whole thing. For easier reference, when Lieutenant Falcon was put on trial, he was wearing he was one of the people on the tribunal, right? So he was wearing that suit, right? I think and that's not going to happen because unless they make General Flag and all these other look at that foot. Unless they're going to make formal attire, I guess hey, you know what, a gung ho in his navy in his navy blues, like you said, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, but again, wouldn't you, as a collector, be bummed that if you're not getting the Dragonfly, that you wouldn't be getting that figure?
But he's so late in the line anyway, and everybody knows Gung Ho for his tattoos. You know what I mean?
All
To
right,
see him as okay, Ken, you got something?
Go for it.
Google this. Action Force Gaucho. Gaucho. If you want deep cut on Gung Ho, it's the UK 83 or 84. He's a mechanic. It's perfect. A mechanic for the Dragonfly.
Gaucho?
Gaucho. Gaucho.
Which is like a Argentinian sort of cowboy, which is funny.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, he was put in the UK Action Force line in the Z4 sub team. So, and that's actually technically less of a deep cut because people are more willing to jump to UK Palatoy Action Force than they are to Argent 7, Argentina, Commandos Heroicos. So, if you look up, if they are going to do Gung Ho, I think Gaucho is your man.
Hey, look at that.
My computer is going really, really slow.
Nope, that's fine. It's right there. So that's Gaucho. He's supposedly a mechanic, right? Wait, is that Gaucho? Or is that just another version of Gung Ho? Gaucho. Okay,
I pulled up Gaucho, and that's supposedly what he looks
like.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know what? I might be thinking of the convention version of him, which looks a little bit different. Okay, no, that's him. Sorry, there's other versions of him, but this is the mainline version.
That's not Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, just start singing right now. Yeah,
wearing Michael Jackson's jacket that he tore off the sleeves.
Yeah.
So
there he is. He's a mechanic.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I think people are probably going to be more forgiving to get like the Marines version of you know, the
dress, the blue dress Marine,
the blue dress code. Yeah.
I
think that would be interesting, but again, it doesn't fit in thematically with the figure, right? With the vehicle, right? So
no.
I'm just like throwing things on the wall. Right
now. And you know, going back to Ripcord really quickly, like part of why, if you take a look at that figure, you put the helmet on, it doesn't have to be Ripcord, especially in the sort of night, you know, deco. Like it could kind of be anyone. It's the closest you might get to like a no-name character. So I don't know. There's that, and I'm still stuck on the fact, like, if you're Ripcord and you're inside the Dragonfly, how do you get out mid-flight? And then how do you jump out of that without
the canopy just hitting the freaking
right? I'm just saying, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
If we follow the history of the Dragonfly, they'd be hanging off the sides of the the tongs,
the whole time,
the whole
from
time.
launch,
or they would be on the winch. They would hook themselves to the winch and pray for dear life.
Yeah,
that's basically what they would be doing. The Joes weren't smart. The Joes were never smart. That's the problem with the Joes. They would do crazy things. You know what I mean? That's the problem with GI Joes. They're crazy. They're volunteers. It's a volunteer army. So that's the craziest thing about them. It's it is a funny thing to be in a Joe recruit. You got to be a little crazy to be a Joe. It's just funny that way. Usual Mike is in the house. Hey, Usual Mike, what's going on, guys? If you haven't already, check out Usual Mike TV. 100%.
Let's get him to 20,000 subscribers. He's so close.
Oh, he's so close to 20,000. That's awesome. Congratulations, Mike. Yeah, you know what? We're just talking GI Joe, Mike. If you wanna jump, if you want to join in, please let me know. I'll send you.
I vote yes.
Well, send Mike the link.
I will do that.
Yeah, send Mike the link. Let's see what happens.
I still want to hear your pitch. Are you going to give us this pitch on this cat?
I'm going to give you the pitch. I don't know what's going on with my computer right now. It's like going to 5%, and it's killing me because I know if it dips below 5%, it's just going to shut down. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I will give everybody the pitch, just because it might give me an opportunity to close some windows. I think that's actually what's really killing this right now. So let's go ahead and give you guys my pitch. First thing I'm going to do really quickly, just to close some more windows. Everybody should watch the Flash movie. It's just leave your brain at the door. just watch the damn thing. Really a lot of fun. Great characters, lots of fun. Ezra Miller, whatever you think about him, it's fine. It's fine. But Supergirl, she was incredible. Same thing with Bruce Wayne. The Flash needs to learn how to run properly. He does not know how to run. I do not know what the hell they were thinking with his. He does not know how to run. He does not know how to do it. It's like seriously. But
you mean like the actor? Like it's a Tom Cruise situation?
No, there was no acting when he's running. It's all CG when he's running. So they need to learn how to rejig his run cycle because it sucks. Okay, it really sucks.
Okay.
But Barry running, like the actor Ezra Miller running, there's a scene where it's just absolutely awesome where he's running. I'm not going to spoil any. I'm not going to spoil anything. But the way he runs in that scene was perfect. Like let him keep doing that. That was. They should have just mocapped that. Seriously, Michael Keaton was the best he's ever been as Batman. Like
wow.
Is his hair bleached or?
No. That's
he's aged.
They've given him the bleached hair. Yes, like well, either that or he dyes his hair black these days. Whatever it is. But the problem with this is they took this color and tried to do it with the DC Multiverse figure. Did not work.
Right,
he looks terrible. But guys, if you're going to watch this movie for anything, watch it for Michael Keaton because honestly, his return to Batman is an absolute treat.
Yeah,
like seriously, he was just absolutely wonderful.
Can he turn his head?
I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Okay. Sorry.
General Zod. I'm not going to talk about that either. Like seriously, like there was just something. And babies, watch the film for the babies, but be fully warned. They're all animated like they were in Ally McBeal. Okay, they are the same exact babies in Ally McBeal. So take that for what you will.
Talk about deep cut. That's a show I've not heard about in over 20 years. Ally McBeal. My sister used to watch that.
Anybody who knows what I'm talking about, Ally McBeal, go ahead. Take a look at the dancing baby. You guys will understand why I say dancing babies, man. That's all.
That's Callista Flockhart, Laura, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Exactly. Yeah. Really quickly. Again, I'm trying to close as many windows as possible. Did anybody realize that there's a freaking crowdsourced project coming soon? For like Mattel Creations very quietly, posted this crazy photo. And it says that it's a crowdfunded project. Does anybody know what that is?
I assume Jurassic Park.
This is an interesting little tease. Those are the gates to open Jurassic Park.
Oh,
so what the hell are they doing? Like, are they crowdfunding the gate or are they crowdfunding an entire front section?
The park itself,
like the front section of the park itself. Like what are they doing? The Welcome Center. Are they crowdfunding the Welcome Center? The other clue that I have here, at least for me, those flames look a little small. I don't know. Do you guys notice that?
They seem sculpted. Like they have to be small so they don't have a ton of detail, right?
No, I know, but that's a problem, right? Why are they so
small?
I
agree. It seems small.
Something's up with the flames. The flames seem a tad small to me. And that makes me wonder if Mega might be involved here. But if Mega was involved, wouldn't they build up
the door,
right?
Yeah.
So my big concern on this, and not that it's a huge concern, but I'm thinking this is part of the Amber Collection. And if it's part of the Amber Collection, I think the Welcome Center is a big possibility because they're small enough.
They're smaller.
They're 3 3/4, right? Practically. So I think they're small enough that you could do a Welcome Center. And that I think was a very interesting. Don't know when this is actually going to be launching, but I thought it was a bit of an interesting footnote for that. Do you guys have any connection to the Jurassic Park? I mean, I'm not the biggest Jurassic Park fan, but in terms of like the first 3 movies, I'm pretty far in.
Yeah. Not enough.
I've watched every single one. I haven't always enjoyed all of them, but I love the franchise. Hit me as a kid.
Yeah.
So
the first Jurassic World was a hit for me. The first Jurassic World was a hit for me because Jurassic Park 3 I did not like Jurassic Park 3. But when they did World, I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was all right.
I do love my Hammond collection stuff though. That Hammond collection T-Rex is one of my favorite things. So
sorry,
I
meant Hammond collection. I didn't mean Amber collection. Sorry, that you have it right. I got it back. I got it mixed up. Amber collection is the 6-inch figures. Hammond collection is the 3 3/4-inch figures. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking this is the Hammond collection. I think that's.
And shout out to Skew Raider for the bangles.
What?
Yeah, yeah. He's another one I met at Joe Fest.
Sorry, didn't. Where's that?
He says when Susanna Hoff sings to those torches, they will become eternal flames.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I see it. There it is. Yeah, exactly. No, wait, that's not it. Where is it? I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Suzanne Summer. Yeah, there it is. I got you. Christine, Michael Keaton, the oldest of all the Batmans, are Batman Forever. Well, he is now because the actual oldest Batman is no longer with us, right? So, Adam West passed quite a while ago. So yes, the oldest living. I think I guess we'll go with that way. Yeah. So that I thought was an interesting footnote for Mattel Creations. I'll be interested to see exactly what that's about. Yeah, this of course we talked about this early on. Ken, impressions. What are your we already talked about this at length. Ken, what are your thoughts on this one?
A Lair?
No, I mean like Ken, the master of obvious no, seriously, what are your thoughts about, like, is it what size is it?
Have you heard about this or is this new?
No, you know what? I need to maximize the freaking screen because I was trying to read. Okay, the Third Earth is called. There we go. Jesus. All right. I had the screen a little too small, so I couldn't read the caption. So I'm like, are they talking about the Lair? Are they talking about something else, or is the caption actually leading towards something else? Where I was going.
No.
Look, if it's gonna be the Lair, right? Okay, sorry. I was gonna say it's not possible, but they did do Snake Mountain, so now I can't say it's not possible. So, I mean, see you in 2026, I guess, for this. Right, I just want look. I buy Thundercats stuff from Super 7, but I want my Wily Kit and Wily Cat first.
Yes, me too.
So that's how I feel.
We're all, but I think that's what they were waiting for, though. I think that now that the team's done, they have to get people excited about other things, right? But Brick and I were bringing up evidence that it's not reaction. Where we brought up evidence on that, and I've actually talked about hearsay more or less, but Brick has actually brought up evidence that it's not reaction.
Well, you're gonna have to make room. Let's put it that way.
Well,
I mean,
here's the thing, and now I'm gonna bring up some receipts. But I forgot that this was in the mix. But here's one that I think all of us are gonna be, this is ridiculous. Oh my god, the deluxe Skeletor. Like, honestly, the price is right. Like, I was shocked at the price. I mean, because it comes with a brand, like a full figure, another full figure, arguably, Dragon Blaster Skeletor, right? But I'm super glad that they're keeping it at $260, and there will be a standard version. We know that, and this has 10 days to fund, right? No, 10 days for made to order
for the exclusive.
I think Mondo's really starting to do this right. You know what I mean? Because they went from like buy it now or forever hold the peace, right? Like, whatever stock we got, like, forget it, right? They went from that to eventually to a 24-hour time release, which was just like bonkers. Then they went to 48-hour time release, right? Then they went to I think it was a week for Battle Cat. You had 1 week to order Battle Cat, and now they're gone all the way to like 10 days for Deluxe Skeletor. I think they're slowly getting their a foothold on their overall understanding of their client base, and I think it's wonderful. Myself, right, giving everybody and especially with their payment plans, chef's kiss there. Like, honestly, I think it's crazy, like what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, looks amazing.
Ken's like, I couldn't be bothered with this at all.
Are you partaking or no? Do you have any Mondo?
I don't have any Mondo. I do have 1/6 stuff, but I don't have Mondo 1/6.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking right now. As most of my 1/6 is Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff or Star Wars stuff and a little bit of Dark Knight, right? And the whole thing about being a little bit dumbfounded right now, it's stop looking at this, Ken. You don't need another rabbit hole, especially an expensive one. That's what the look is, right? It's trying to look passive, but actually looking real, but actually hiding the level of impressed
You know what?
that I am. Because
You know what gets me is when you click through and you see the breakdown of what is all in the exclusive. That's what
Yeah.
gets me. That is
Well,
amazing.
It is, and you know, I will do the breakdown, but again, my computer is doing some funny things. But honestly, this
She's
when
amazing.
I got this in hand, I just like I can't do it anymore. I've the rabbit hole. I mean, Ken, I don't want to tempt you any more than I have to, but I mean, this thing is just get my
I
face out of
know.
there.
Well, you did you have the nose bump issue? I think you did, right?
No, I didn't.
So-
I
oh no, sorry.
didn't.
You had the
Yeah.
He-Man issue. The
I had the
He-Man
He-Man
issue.
issue.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
didn't have the nose bump, but again, and this speaks volumes for the company itself. They went ahead and gave everybody a brand new head. I got a brand new head for no reason. Again, for a small company like this, what they've
That's
done
really good.
to
Mhm.
To make it right.
to really make it right has gone above and beyond.
It
Like
has.
everybody got to keep their original body for He-Man. So technically, if you really wanted to, you could just glue the other one together in one stationary pose.
Yep.
And you got two He-Man because you got two sets of armor, two sets of those. So you got three different styles of He-Man in the deluxe. Okay, provided you bought the deluxe, but they already fixed it for the regular version anyway in time for that, right? So
Mhm.
again, anybody who bought the deluxe and ended up with that problem, you got two He-Man if you
Yep.
played your
Mhm.
cards right. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It was
Mondo went above and beyond to make this right. Oh, and usual Mike sends his regards. He's about to sit down for dinner in his area.
all right. No worries. Again, always great to have Mike on whenever possible.
Yeah.
All right.
Love
So
to meet
let's.
him.
All right, so yeah, guys, definitely don't sleep on that. You have until the 30th to actually put in your order. $260 or $65 US with the Cecil plan.
Cheaper than a dragonfly. And a Glenda you might not want.
I'm not gonna go like there were. By the way, if anybody's interested, the Pulse Power Day sale is starting to wind down. A whole bunch of new things have been added. Don't sleep on this either. Like basically, they basically added the entire Spider-Verse line, pretty much overnight. So, Spider-Punk has sold out. A lot of new figures as well. Oh, looks like Miles Morales is also sold out. I'm surprised Spider-Gwen hasn't sold out yet. That's actually a really big surprise. The Squadron Supreme and Hyperion has sold out. That's not a surprise either. Yeah, a lot of new figures which have been put up for Power Days. Looks like the Crimson Bats are available too. So definitely head over there, guys. Take a look at the new offerings from the Hasbro Pulse Power Days because if you are, this is more, and you know I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This is more a sale for the Hasbro Pulse members, and what they're trying to do effectively is they're trying to get you to sign on to become a Hasbro Pulse member. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. That is actually what it is because anyone who's not a member, unlike the previous sales, you only save about 15%, whereas Power Days 35% savings. It's crazy. So definitely check that out. Yeah, and Glenda, we were talking about her for quite a long time. Wonderful character. Hopefully she'll but let's just put it out there, guys. Unfortunately, she's going to slow it down for a little bit, but we're going to get her. We're going to get her. We're getting up to 2,000 away from the next tier.
Final day FOMO alone will just go.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right.
And
You're getting Glenda. It's a question of whether they'll reveal the last one to try to push it even faster.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And
Right.
that's exactly the point we were trying to make.
Right. This is the polarizing, risky reveal that they did. Their final reveal is the one that everyone's just going to just jump on it. Right.
Yeah. And I have no fear or concern about that because, as I said, unlike other teams on HasLab who have not recognized the urgency of pivoting, the GI Joe team has given clear indications that they know exactly when to give up, when to play their hand. They know exactly and strategically as well. And they know when to give something up. They know it. So I'm not worried about Glenda, and I'm not worried about the next tier because I think the next tier will definitely be the heaviest hit. just to guarantee those extra sales at the end at the end of the campaign. If anybody's interested, they're still available. The Batman 1989 utility belt. Honestly, this is a really great value for $135 because the grapnel hook and the Batarang are on sale by themselves. I think they're each around $20 each. So that included with the belt and all of its additions, it's actually not it's pretty good value. And you can even have a 4 interest free payment plan with Shop Pay if you're in the United States. So definitely check that one out, guys. Huge thanks again to Nerd Reverse for letting us take a look at Dario's wonderful diorama here. Just absolutely crazy. And I'm going to go ahead now and give my receipts on this because we've been waiting for so long for it. So if you guys remember, is this the one that's giving me all the problems? I wonder if this is Super 7 site sucks. All right. So if you guys remember, Master Universe Classic Snake Mountain was a whopping $600. Was announced 3 years ago, back in 2019. That was a huge sticker shock, and a lot of people were just like, what the hell? But it funded well enough that I bought one, which I was nuts to do because months later they announced Unicron and I did the same thing all over again. So that was just stupid of me. But
and you said Glenda was expensive.
Right? Respect, man, respect.
Don't make me do that again, Ken. I mean, this is the situation we're dealing with, and you got to remember that Snake Mountain is freaking-gantic. I mean, where's the diagram? This is I'm going to bring this up and then I'm going to close this window because I'm pretty sure it's the one. So start doing the math, guys. $600 for Snake Mountain, measuring a whopping 36 inches tall by 48 inches wide. By the way, that came down about an inch on each side. So it's actually more like 35 inches and 47 inches. So this was a little bit deceiving. A lot of people did call that out when it finally got funded. So there's the first number that you got to deal with, $600. Then the Thunder Tank was released, and this was a number like almost 2 years later, right? This was 2 years later. 2020, 2021. I think it was 2021, wasn't it?
21.
I think it's 21.
Yeah, I think it's 21. So 3 years later.
Shipped this year.
Yeah, so it's 3 years later, right? And that means that whatever inflation happened, right? So $450 for this, okay? Which for the size, it's actually not, and a lot of you can argue multiple ways. You can argue all that, right? What however you want to argue it, it's fine. $450 for the Thunder Tank. Pardon me. Why did I do that? No, I did do it right. $450 for the Thunder Tank. $600 for Snake Mountain. Okay. Even if we were to give a bit more inflation, and all the other factors, shipping and blah 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 blah, I argue, okay, and I argue this, that given the information that we've been the available information that we've been given, and the hearsay information that I was given, I dare say that, and really the truest point, that there is a point where people will not pay for something, right? I have a funny feeling in my preview as a toy collector that this will probably come in somewhere between $700 to $800. I don't think they're going to go beyond that. If they did, I really think they'd be dead in the water before it even hit the ground. And the real problem that we have to understand here is that there aren't nearly as many diehard Thundercats fans as there are Master Universe fans. I think that's the real crux of the whole issue, right? So they have to come in at a price point that actually makes sense for people to buy it. And I think they're going by the sales of the Thunder Tank. I think that's what they're using as their barometer, because they cannot afford to think otherwise. If they think that more people are going to buy the Cats there more than the Thunder Tank, they're dreaming. Okay, whatever customer base you had for the Thunder Tank, those are the ones you're going to end up getting the Cat's Lair, because none of us are like, only we, the few nuts, the people who are absolutely crazy and would actually shell out $700 to $800 for a Cat's Lair. There are only so many of us. Even the people who bought the stupid Thunder Tank, right? You know, like even us, the crazies, right? There's just a point where you have to say, God, that's nuts. I'm not there yet, though. But you know, I'm getting close. If it goes anywhere near $800, I'm shaking. You know what I mean? If it goes anywhere near $800, I'm shaking. Right? They need to keep it at 750. They need to keep it at 700. Okay, because this, and you got to understand this. Everybody, you got to understand this. This where the hell am I? This thing is gigantic. Okay, and then they did it for $600. Okay, that's proof that they're able to do it, but that doesn't mean that they should you know, equate that to everyone wants to pay $600 for this thing. Not everybody will do it. Not everybody will do it. And with the economy the way it is, the shipping, the cost of the way they are, things have changed. So, because you got to think, it's not just 750, it's not just 800, it's the additional $50 on top to ship it to you. That's the real problem. Okay, the real problem is, not only are you paying, because I paid for shipping on this twice. I live in freaking Canada. I paid for shipping on this twice. Okay, you don't want to know how much I paid for this thing after shipping. Shipping was $250. Anyway, don't ask me. That's actually not that
Just
far.
sit silently long enough, and he'll tell us how much he paid.
That was a joke. That was a joke, but it wasn't that. It's not actually that far from the truth. It's $150. But the reality
including
is,
customs. Yeah, I believe that.
The reality is, it got here by hook or by crook. It got here. Okay, and then I found out about cross-border shipping, so I'm shooting myself now. But anyway, that's a story for another lifetime. I way overpaid for this, but I love it. Okay, and I'm going to do it again. But I present the case that they will not go $800 above this. Prove me wrong, both of you guys. Tell me what your thoughts are.
I will not prove you wrong. 800 was my ceiling of what they could do. And again, to be totally, to just maybe try to make it as objective as possible, we don't actually know. One, we don't know if it's a Ultimates, but two, if it is, we don't know to what extent this thing will be done. Is it going to be as full blown as that Snake Mountain, meaning with a full on interior? Is there a world where it is maybe more of a facade? I don't know. I will just throw in maybe like one other piece of that you didn't name, is that Mattel just sold us an Eternia for $550 too. Right. So I don't think there's a world where it goes above 800. For me, depending on if we're talking a full play set, sort of in scale, because I don't think it's going to be in scale with your Thunder Tank. It's just not.
No,
there's
impossible.
No way.
Impossible.
I don't know. I feel like a sweet spot, and I know I'm dreaming, but like $650, maybe $700. I know, I get it, but again, that's imagining if there's a way to scale it back. Like it's only like
for optics, it's
facade.
Hard to go any higher.
I am
650.
Okay, so Ken, what's your overall thought? And then I'm going to jump in again. So what are you thinking?
Optics, right? You put it at 800, people are going to balk at it and walk away. Yes, Super 7's not afraid to go high on price, but this is beyond anything, right? This isn't saying, oh, well, we're charging 55 for this, but Mezco charges that much. And of course, they have all that extra detail. So I get that. This, if you go much beyond 650, it's really bad optics in my eyes. I think they're going to find a way to make it work for 650, assuming it's really an Ultimate set.
So okay, I think you're absolutely right. I think, on reflection, actually, it's not about reflection. The number that I quoted is probably what they need to make. Okay, but that number can be brought down substantially, right? If they're basing this off of how many people bought, I'm pointing to how many people bought that Thunder Tank, right? Then they have a number in mind already. And if that number is 2,000. Like Brian continues to talk about that, he'd love to sell at least 2,000 Thunder tanks, right? That's always what he said, because that fulfills his minimum quantity, which is 1,000, and then the 2,000 is on top, right? And probably making some money, right? Let's not joke, guys. They make money off of these things. They have to. There's no freaking way. They're not going to risk. They're not going to risk not making money off of these things. They throw money away.
Their biggest issue is being unable to reuse the tooling, right? Like, what are you gonna? I guess you could reissue it in a couple of years or something like that.
I don't mind if they do. I have no, and even if it's a lower cost, I have no. I personally, there are people out there who are like, no way, don't ever do it again, and like, screw you guys. Seriously, I will make as many as you can. I don't freaking care, right? Like
big vehicles like this is very difficult to reuse tooling.
It is, but they
for figures you can and add extra web gear and add extra weapons to make it look different, paint apps. But the Thunder tank was only ever really known in one scheme, right? So maybe you go toy accurate on one and then cartoon accurate on the other, if there even is a substantial difference, which I don't think there was.
Not really. Like
So
maybe a few extra stickers, maybe some, maybe something.
Yeah. So if anything, you would do a rerun of those, right?
No, but it's a once in a lifetime thing. You're not gonna redo it. They haven't redone Castle Grayskull Classics. They haven't redone the Snake Mountain.
But classics would be owned by Mattel for tooling.
No,
right?
my point is I don't think anyone would ever go back and just because they have the tools.
Okay, that's fair. But you're right on Snake Mountain. They haven't come back in 2 years and said, let's do it again. So they had to make the money.
And also, you're not going to have the same. Like, think about all those people that went in. That's your base. Like, no one's going to get multiples. So you're counting on. Well, okay, sorry.
That's been proven wrong already.
You're right. There was,
but that's the exception, not the rule.
But my point is, there's a huge chunk of people who already sort of are largely out of the running. So now you're counting on somebody else who didn't get a chance. So
that's why you make less quantities, right? And
okay. So here's the assertion now, right? Okay. So now we're going to go back and talk a little bit more about this. So Brick Something has already showcased receipts that this is not going to be reaction. What the hell is it going to be? Right? That's number one. Number two, I have it on good authority that somebody's actually seen this thing. All right. And I have even better, and on the same one, this same person actually told me what could be included, and I cannot reveal that. That's the thing I cannot reveal. I will not talk about that. Right? I can only say that it has been seen. Okay, that's all I can say. I can't say anything beyond that. So one thing is, I will also say it's not reaction. Let's just put it that way, right? Even though I already said what I thought, like a while ago. But here's the thing. This will not be like the Thunder Tank. They're not going to take pre-orders on this, right? I can't see it. This is going to be almost exactly like this. This is going to be this. Okay, that's what this is. This is going in my preview. Okay, I have no real.
You mean like a crowdfunded?
This is going to be a crowdsourced project.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is going to be a crowdsourced project, and the reason it's going to be a crowdsourced project is because they're going to base this off of a prototype. All right. If they do launch this at San Diego Comic-Con, it's going to be a 3D printed thing, in my opinion. Okay, it's going to be a prototype. It's going to be a prototype, right? Yep. It's going to be painted. Yep. It's going to be whatever, but it's going to be fragile as hell, right? Or heavy as hell, one or the other, right? It's going to be, and it's only there to promote the crowdsourced project. That's what it's going to be, and then they're going to lay down. They're probably not even going to, much like what happened with Eternia, they're not going to tell you how much it is. They're only going to show you and then get everybody excited and get everybody like talking about it and getting all the buzz over it and let everybody speculate as to what it is. And then what they're going to do is they're going to take a look at everyone. Oh God, this is going to be $800. Oh God, this is going to be $700 or $1,000. Right? They're gonna take all those numbers and then they're going to look at what we're talking about right now, and they're going to say, okay, Brick says 650 is the sweet spot. Jay says 750 is what people are willing to pay, which they're not. You know what I mean? And Ken is going to say, optics wise, you better stay close to $600, right? They're going to take all of that information and then they're going to say, all right, what can we afford and how much profit are we going to get if it actually drops down to 650, right? Can that work, right? They're going to take that number and going to say, okay, we can do this. We need 3,000 backers at 650, and then they're going to say, "Holy crap!" And then they're going to start, doing the numbers and say, "Well, we could do 700 and take it down to 1,500 backers." Again, they're going to weigh the pros and the cons, and then they're going to come up with something and say, "All right, we got our number." Just like with the Dragonfly. So it's exactly what happened to the Dragonfly. They took a look at how many people were willing to buy the Hiss tank at its offering, right? But you'll notice that even though the Dragonfly did drop in price, the number of backers rise by about 2,000, right? Like they needed 2,000 extra orders to get the Dragonfly funded, but it happened in nearly 24 hours again, right? It's actually it's a fascinating way that these are happening. Right, but it's very calculated. These people know what they're doing. They're not stupid, right?
Yeah, and it's funny to think about pre-order versus crowdfunding. Just to be really clear, if something even on a pre-order, they don't make their money. They don't make it. We saw that with the Rescuers, right? Where Super 7 solicited their Disney Rescuers, they didn't get enough pre-orders, so they canceled it.
Yep.
Of course, with this one, you have the issue of R&D and all the other money that you've put into it already, which again, I guess in my brain, I just keep thinking, how do you do a cat's lair? And I'm looking at some of the comments. I don't know where that information is coming from, but folks are saying that Brian had said that it would only be one big room. Because that's how I'm thinking about it, is like, how would you do an Ultimates? Would you necessarily have to do a full-blown playset with a bunch of features, or really at a certain point, is it about having this massive display piece in your collection? Because at a certain point, I mean, how often do you play with your Snake Mountain, Jay? Like at a certain point, you have to like take it out, move it around.
A wall piece at this point.
Right. So maybe that's what you need, a nice display piece that replicates roughly the size. You have your Thunder tank in front of you. That's the piece that you can play with. You display them, good to go. Can you do that at a nice price point of about $600, maybe $650?
These aren't playable things. Nobody sits there and freaking tinkers with it like we were kids. They just don't, right?
Sure.
These are centerpieces, right?
Right.
I have 10, but the I have no freaking room. I just don't. There's just no absolute thing. Like I'm an idiot. Okay, that's just this is me, right? I am a moron, but I have to have these things, right? They're just pieces of my existence. These things define me as a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just hit a note in me that makes me say, if I don't do this now, I'll never do it, right? And that's actually the reason why I missed out on Casa. I'm still looking for one. You know what I mean? And I'm even at the point right now where I'm talking to a friend and say, can you just sculpt this for me in freaking in what's it called? Not Blender. What is it called again? Whatever. Anyway, can you make a 3D model of this for me and I'll just print it myself? Because it's at that point where cost for you know what? Okay, let me ask you guys. Do you know what the average cost of the what the asking cost of the average asking cost of do you know what the lowest asking cost of a Castle Grayskull Classics is right now? Do either of you know?
Are you asking to guess and you know the answer?
Well, I know the answer. I keep looking
because I think it's in the 4 digits.
Okay. Oh, really?
Give me a number, though. Give me a number, Ken. Give me a number.
1,000.
Okay, Brick.
I'd go like if I was going to 4 digits, I wouldn't go like multi thousand, like maybe 1,000. I actually was thinking more like 800, 900.
I wish you're looking at 5 years ago, Brick. Ken is closer.
$1. Price is right.
Ken is closer.
Not going over.
Ken is closer. Loose editions with missing pieces, about $1,100.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, Canadian
missing pieces.
Canadian or American though?
No, American. You can look it up. Go to eBay.com. Look it up.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe you.
Now, it does go up and down. Some people are asking for $1,000, right? For missing a lot of the stuff.
Yeah,
but loose examples are start at $1,100. In box is usually $1,300 and up. Right. Some I've it's come down actually or like before the pandemic, it was 2 to 3,000.
What year was that?
Just before the pandemic, 2 to 3.
No, but when it was made,
Yeah. I'm
was
talking
it
about,
2011,
the Castle
2012?
Grayskull.
That era? 2011,
Sorry,
2012.
I'm just getting judgy because I'm like, if you're a collector who paid however much you did for that thing in 2011 and you somehow already missing pieces.
Oh no, that's easy.
Yeah, really?
Hell yeah, that's easy. Like, do you know how many pieces are in that thing? It's actually quite a few. Like, just the orb of power gets lost all the time.
Sure, I
Right?
just feel like you take care of that thing, but
No. See, here's the thing, right? If you have kids, they get lost.
Sure.
Right? They got lost so
Keep
fast.
your stuff behind glass if you have kids.
That doesn't matter. Kids know how to get into you. If you have cats, those are gone completely. You don't even think about that. They're freaking missing, right? And there are people who are just kids at heart.
Yeah, I guess so.
They just play.
I'm curious though, where were you going with that? Because I'm assuming you were going back to Cat's Lair. You're having us guess.
Well, wait, what do you mean by where was going with that? With
I thought you were bringing up the price of Castle Grayskull because you were going to come back to the price of the.
No.
Okay.
I'm just talking about collecting in general.
Sure. Sorry,
on that level. On that level, I was talking about collecting in general. But what I was trying to say about that, in terms of like its relationship to Cat's Lair, right? If I'm gonna go back there, but the reason I was talking about the reason I was talking about Castle Grayskull is because I missed out on that opportunity, and I will not miss out again. That was my actual.
Sure.
Think what kind of an idiot I am, because every time I see something I absolutely need in my collection, I buy it. Right? I don't even think twice about it. I figure out a way to get it. Right? That's just obsessive compulsive, nerd like behavior. Right? But in terms of like equating this towards Cat's Lair, I will still stick to my original my original discussion here, which is to say that this will not be a made to order concept.
No,
it's going to fail. Like, that's not going to happen. This is going to be for them anyway. This is going to be a crowdsourced project. It's going to need to fall anywhere between 650 to 800. And as I said, if it gets anywhere near 800, they're gonna. It's gonna. As Q, Ken, Brick, we're all in the same boat here, right? And here's something even stranger. Just as a point of reference. Many of us who like when the Ghostbusters Power Pack, Proton Pack, when the Ghostbusters Proton Pack was announced, I think everybody who understands just how expensive that is to fabricate was saying $2,000, right? That some people were saying we could probably get away with 1,100. We could probably get away with thing, but there's a lot of us, Jay over Geek That Life, myself, a lot of us are saying, God, we hope it's not going to hit $2,000, but it easily could hit $2,000, right? When they said, and if I'm remember correctly, when they said, if was it 450? I can't and now I'm gonna have to double check because I'm. Hold on, this HasLab.
Not my area. I wasn't even paying attention to.
I'm just gonna double check right now, really quickly.
That was at the same time as the Rancor and the Sky Striker, right?
If you weren't in on it, you weren't in on it.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I forgot about it, because the other two were going on. Yeah.
Where is it? Fuck.
Yeah, I probably got to log off soon, gents. But
all right, no worries. We were going to wrap up anyway. God damn it, the price is gone. But I believe it was Can somebody in the chat help us out here, because I'm pretty sure it was 450 or 550. And it was an absolute shock. It was an absolute freaking shock. And everybody who understood just what a deal that was, we all lost our minds, like, collectively, because we knew going into that if you didn't buy that now, and you were a Ghostbusters fan, you knew straight up, you was like, this is never going to happen again. Like this.
RC says 450, I think.
450, I think. I'm just double checking on. Okay, here's an article. No, fuck. I believe it was 452. I think it was. I think it was somewhere around that number. Oh, here it is. Ghostbusters News. Let me check this in. Let's see here. Yeah, 450. I think that's exactly the number. Because Ghostbusters News paid $485 So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it was either $399 or $450. So one of those two. That number was just ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
no
So
one
if you
could-
guys were saying 1,000, 2,000, and then they come and they say whatever, $400,
it was
$500.
instant. It was
Right. So that's where I come back to. What if that's what Super 7 does? Assuming it's an Ultimates Cats Lair. We're sitting here saying 650. They find a way and some logic, and it's a risk to say we're going to slim it back. It's not going to be the fully detailed playset you have, but it's going to look gorgeous in your display. It's going to be huge, right? Maybe not as deep of a structure, but you get a full head or something, let's say. And then they come in and say like $400. Right?
Okay, you're dreaming.
No. But I'm thinking about how you engineer the thing. If like literally it's mainly hollow with a head. I'm just saying, if they did, wouldn't you have that same reaction? Wouldn't
that's not even. I would walk over. I would walk over to my bank right away and just like slap. No, I would be fried.
By multiples.
No, and that's why. No, but that's where, because I'm
would,
thinking about the whole context right now. I actually love Super 7. I live here in San Francisco, South City, so like I have a certain love for it. That said, I know that they've been getting catching a lot of heat, frustrations with QC issues, frustration with like soliciting certain things and not following through, all sorts of stuff, right? So already I feel like things are stacked against them. If they show up with a really overly ambitious thing and asking for $650, $700, $800 with everything else that's out there, I feel like that's a risk. But if they find a way to give you something that would look great in your collection that we've already established, you're probably not actually going to play with, right? They've already given you a Thunder Tank. They're going to slim it back, but it looks great and it's in scale, size-wise, and they tell you a price that's much cheaper than you would have expected.
Yeah.
It can't be below
think
the
about
Thunder.
all of think about the
below the Thunder Tank. It just can't.
No, I was.
Oh, you're right. It can't. Well,
even
again,
if it's
it
the same as the Thunder Tank, you're like,
But if your argument is it doesn't have
the
the full-on features, the play features, nothing. It's literally an open shell that you can't just go get that now. It sounds kind of cheap, but I'm just saying, I can't just go get an open shell Cat's Lair that's in scale with my figures. If you're able to do that, the open, like the nice rock base, the arm sticking out, the head maybe has something. Just saying. I don't know. To me, that's the way you do it. You get all sorts of favor, you get all sorts of attention. People fund this thing. You're golden. You put it at $650, $700. Sure, everyone's excited. Oh my God, they're doing it. Now think about all the chatter with Glenda, the Dragonfly, all of that, how that can quickly slow down your crowdfunding. Right? You got to find a way to almost like make it super duper sexy so that you don't, you can kind of like calm the haters a little bit. You might get some people saying, oh, it's just a facade. Who cares? But it's like the other end of that is, when are you ever going to get this large scale Cat's Lair?
You know what, Brick? I love where you're going with this. I really do. I'm like Ken. If it goes below the Thunder, here's the problem.
You're right. I get that comparison.
My real issue, not issue, but my level of thinking is the way Super 7 positions themselves they are a premium brand, right? That's what they do.
They do. Yep.
And if you watched, I think Ken was on that night, but if you watch Geek Dad Life's last live show, they actually went. No, well, it was Mondo, but they covered a whole bunch of other things as well. Right.
Yeah, I was on the one before that, but
yeah. So, there was the one before that. Okay. So
the Dragonfly stuff.
Yeah. So if you look at Jay's reaction when he sees the prototype, the test shot for the party wagon, he was not happy. You know what I mean? And he bought the thing, right? He was like, I bought that, and he was like, is this $600? $400 worth, and remember, it was presented with so much great stuff. It had so much going for it, but the test shot, again, it's not painted, it's different colors, whatever. He was not impressed. I don't know if he wasn't happy, but he was not impressed, right?
Sure.
And the thing is that they positioned themselves as a premium brand, bringing premium products to the market. the Thunder Tank itself, it was not an easy sell. You know what I mean? But people bought it because it's the only time you're going to get it, right? Like that was the premise. They didn't say that outright, but that was sorry about that. They didn't say that outright, but that was the position that they were like just like what you presented, right?
Mm-hmm.
This has got to be the once in a lifetime positioning for this Cat's Lair, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is as you said earlier, this is never going to happen again. No one's ever going to do this again because Thundercats is not a strong. It's not a strong brand. It's been rebooted 3 times. In one case, Bandai resized the figures mid wave to 2 different sizes, right?
Yeah.
And then Mattel tried, right, and it didn't catch, right? That's why a smaller boutique company was able to say, "Oh, okay, we can do it. You can do 2,000 piece runs, and we can still make some money off of this," right? That's something that a bigger company just can't do. They're just too big. They need to make that extra cash, right? And that's basically what happened with Mattel, right? My fingers are crossed for, as you said, 650. If we can get this at 650, I'll be laughing, right? No, I won't. I'll be crying, but I will I will be jumping for joy considering the fact we're not going to do 800. That's what that will be.
Do you think fans would accept a simplified, less bells and whistles version just to have large in there? Would they accept that? Or does it have to be Snake Mountain level, Thunder Tank level?
It's been a couple of years now. Standards are just going up and up and up. It's hard to accept less. People always want more, right? Price be damned.
Lair has a really good point. Brick, why don't you read that?
Yeah, all right. I actually got to get going, folks.
Okay, Ken, before you go, thanks for being here tonight, Ken. Ken, why don't you? Why don't you tell everybody what you're up to and how people can reach you?
Oh, okay, sure. Sorry, I always forget about this part, but I just put up a video on a Diaclone Optimus Prime just earlier today. Haven't decided if I'm going to go live this weekend yet, but I will be doing a short video on a GI Joe classified Grunt, and his reveal and some of my speculations about that character. And we got a MOTU thought piece that I'm working on at this point in time. But otherwise, just look for me on Toy Connections, and I'm often collaborating with these 2 gentlemen anyway. So, yeah, that's about it. About all I got left.
Well, thank you, Ken. Really appreciate you popping in as always.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, get some sleep, my friend. Thank you so much, and looking forward to your next video, brother. Have a good night.
Take care, both of you. Take care, chat. Take care. Bye. Thanks.
Then there were 2. So yeah, I'm thinking. To your question, would they accept it? I mean, Lair has a good comment to that. What he's describing could be accomplished with nice cardboard display. If only someone would get permission to do popular brands. But see, there's an issue, right? All of a sudden, Star Wars offers a cardboard backer for the Rancor, and people literally lost their minds, right? It's a very sensitive topic. What you throw at a crowdsourced project, right? You can't just present it as being cheap, right? You're asking.
Yeah, and I don't mean cheap, but yeah.
No, but okay. In terms of the Rancor was stupidly priced. The Rancor was $600, wasn't it? It was stupid. Let me just double check on.
I don't know that it was that. But yeah, again, just to be clear, I don't mean cheap, like not a cardboard thing. But I'm thinking just less bells and whistles, less play features, a little bit more like like Shogun Warriors, right? Like Rotocast something, right? Maybe PVC. Like I'm thinking about these trolls. These trolls are not the same as a Mythic Legions figure, right? They're a little less dense to get this sale. Like what if it were just maybe something that's a little bit cheaper to produce, less moving parts, looks great on the shelf.
Yeah. Sorry. What I was actually saying was, I'm gonna get to your. What I was actually saying. I was talking to Lair. Yeah, it was $350, right? For the Rancor, right? And then they asked, and then the first thing, the second tier, the second throw in was a bag of bones and a backer, right? That at that point was insulting, right? Like that was insulting at that point, right?
Yeah.
But again, that's a very specific case, right? But for Brick, I'm going to go ahead and say there's a certain point as an adult collector where there is a cheapness factor to it, You know what I mean?
Sure.
So let's put it this way. If you're just going to put a shell up, right, with two paws that don't move, you know what I mean, and paint it all the inside, no real sculpting, maybe stickers and everything like that. No, I'm not buying that.
Okay.
I'm not buying that as an adult collector,
Even
right?
if it's $200.
Even if 200, no, 200 is too much, right?
Okay.
Because a shell, right, just a basic shell, um, that's basically Castle Grayskull. You know what I mean? And Castle Grayskull came in at $100. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care how much bigger it is, right? And Castle Grayskull actually had more than that. It had two slot levels. You know,
Sure.
it had a gimmick where you could drop them through the floor. There are certain things, even in a shell format, that I need something, right,
Okay.
as an adult collector, right? And then there's the factor that every other thing that you've offered me for this line, the figures themselves are $50. You know what I mean? Like
You're right.
that's you've already set a price point, which
Yeah.
I'm already accustomed to, right? And now you're going to offer me the Grail. This is a Grail piece. This is something like even now the LJN version is a Grail. You know what I mean? People are asking like $600. Actually, they're asking $800 for that. You know what I mean? Loose, right? I remember I showed the complete out of box version in my video, and it was $400. People were literally messaging me in the comments like, "Where the hell is that? I'll buy it right now." Like, people were going nuts, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that was sold years ago.
Yeah.
It's just something I pulled up for the video.
Right.
Will I pay for a shell? Probably, yeah. Right? Will I pay $150 for a shell? Maybe. Will I? Do I want to pay $150? No, I don't. Right?
You'd rather pay more for a full.
I'd rather pay. I'd rather pay more for what I want.
I hear you.
Right?
Yep.
I want something like Snake Mountain. That's what I want.
Sure.
Right? Even Eternia. Right? It was what was it? 400 for 500? Well, how much was it?
550.
550. But look what it does. It's got a tram. It's
Yep.
got it can separate into 3 different pieces, right?
Sure.
It's got a lineage behind it. There were only 2,000 ever made, in its heyday, right?
Sure.
Like this, that is a legendary piece. Whereas the LJN original, it's kind of cheap. You know what I mean? It actually is kind of cheap. It's your LJN standard, right? They just kind of flip up a little bit, the 2 claws.
Yeah.
What made it special, if anything, was the Brave Star type laser action before Brave Star was even conceived of. You know what I mean? Like that was the gimmick that kind of sold it, right?
Yeah.
And of course it's Thundercats, right? That's where that came from.
Okay.
I'm hoping that you're right. I'm hoping.
No, I mean, it was just a thought exercise. I was just trying to wrap my head around how this could be.
I love what you're doing, but
right. But
we're talking about Super 7, who's basically been charging, and there are some comments here. Who was it? Who was it that? Oh God, where did it go? And Lair, as cynical as this is, Lar's right. Super 7 has never released anything that was underpriced. I've never. I guess you could, like, even their reaction line is a little bit overpriced for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Oh no, it absolutely is, and that's, again, as you've pointed out, rightfully so. It's about the brand, right? I think there was something where they were, it's the sense is that it's boutique premier goods, right? My only reason I even brought up the notion of them trying to maybe try a different strategy is twofold. One, it's the sort of, like, I don't know, there's a lot of negative chatter around the brand right now. That's why. So I was like, do they respond to that or not by maybe shifting direction? Just, again, I'm an outsider. I don't know anything. And then I think the second part of that is that they've already, like, for Thundercats fans, like, you just got a really high-priced, awesome Thunder Tank, right? are they going to double hit you with this like thing? That's what just seems really odd to me because
I agree. I agree that the timing is odd because these landed what 2 months, 3 months ago, right?
Mhm.
These literally landed 3 months ago,
Yep.
and the reviews are in. They're all good for the most
Mhm.
part. There are a few zingers out there, but this was supposed to be the piece, right?
Yeah.
This was supposed to be your cat's lair.
Yep.
Because everyone says you can't build a cat's lair
Right.
the way you would like now building this. You cannot build cat's lair. That's what people are saying. But I've always argued that you might as well just do what LJN did, which was to build a cat's lair at 1/3 to the scale of 6 inch, right? Because
Mhm.
it's just that presence. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
It sits
Yeah.
there, right? And it's just, as you said, forced perspective. It does what it needs to do. Right? It
Right,
sits
right.
on a freaking hill and watches you, right? And it's the same thing with Master Universe. A true Snake Mountain would be freaking, oh god, it would be bigger than your
Yeah.
house.
Right.
You know what I mean? The same thing with
Yeah.
Castle Grayskull. Castle Grayskull should be 3 times the size that it actually is, right? Actually, we showcased that artist from I think it was Germany. Yeah, he made something very very much closer. At least much. It's still not big enough in my opinion. His Castle Grayskull, but it got close enough that you know what people were like, wow, this is impressive, and it is. It's rightly so. His Snake Mountain is still not big enough, I argue, but it's as big as he could get it. Right? Again, we're dealing. Scale is just going to be always a major thing. No one like Unicron. This Unicron is nowhere near the size he needs
Sure.
to be. Like,
Right. I mean, he's supposed to be a sizable planet, but yeah,
Unicron
a
is your house.
moon.
Unicron
Right.
is your house. He's supposed to be
Right.
the size of your house. Like it's just crazy, right? Actually, that's not big enough. But anyway, it is what it is. But I hope and I pray, right? I hope and I pray that it'll come in at a price that can satisfy mostly everybody.
And we may be jumping way ahead of ourselves because for
Maybe.
all we know, that's not even an ultimate.
Maybe it's a T-shirt.
Cat's
Maybe,
Lair. Yeah, maybe it's just a
it's-
really nice T-shirt. If we're lucky, a crew neck sweatshirt.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, thank you for sticking around with us for so long. I know for Brick it's only like 1 a.m. or 1 a.m. here over
2
here.
a.m.
2 a.m. over his. It's 5 o'clock in the morning over here. So I'm gonna get
It's
to bed.
amazing.
But before we log off, Brick, how can people reach you and what are you working on right now?
Yeah, just go to the channel on YouTube here on YouTube, Brick Something, or if you actually go to bricksomething.com, it'll take you to the YouTube channel. On Instagram, I'm there at brick.something. This Sunday should be a new episode of AWOC Talk with myself and Adam from Highly Articulated. And there's little videos here and there, but can I just say I've tried to show you folks, this is the most beautiful thing I've seen in a very long time. So I'll be spending a lot of time with my Wukong. But that's it. Thank you, Jay, for having me. Thank you, folks, for putting up with my thoughts on GI Joe and the Cat's Lair. And yes, I'm gonna. I hope you don't hang up too quickly because I do have some Crunchy Nut cereal that I'm gonna try and bribe you to get a little bit more information about this Cat's Lair. After everybody else is,
Who said that?
Andrew David.
Where was that? Andrew always has a bunch of classic notes. No, I will not divulge to the public what I have learned. Brick might be able to bribe me into saying something, but
I got good cereal.
I cannot do that because I am a trusted. It is a trusted source, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to piss him off because he's bigger than I am. So yeah, guys, thank you so much, Brick, for being here tonight. Guys, I want to take a quick moment just to thank everyone of who's our channel members and Patreon supporters. These guys help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do it without them. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really means the world to me. Guys, if you're interested in becoming a channel member, you can do so right here on Mega J Retro. Just hit that join button on the channel page and become a channel member today. It really helps the channel, and I really do appreciate it, guys. You can also check out my Patreon page. It's Mega J Retro on Patreon, and of course, these guys, they really help me out, and especially now with everything that's going on with YouTube. So many different things happening, especially here in Canada. So, guys, thank you so much for your support. You guys are amazing. So I've had a couple more supporters join the Mega J Retro community, but I haven't had time to update the slide. But thank you guys again for all your love and support. You guys are absolutely amazing. I really, 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 really appreciate it, guys. You guys are the best. Brick, thank you again for being here tonight, brother. It's been an absolute pleasure. I really appreciate it whenever you guys can join me and just talk, toys and movies and everything under the sun, and of course speculate on how much we're going to be poor come the announcement of the Thundercats Lair. This is going to be ridiculous, but hopefully it won't break the bank too badly, because we're already knee deep in HasLabs. We're already knee deep in GI Joe Junes. We're already knee deep in
Mondo Skeletors.
Yeah, Mondo Skeletor's Target Summer Geek Outs, which has actually not been that bad, actually. But things are just keep moving in the toy world. I can't believe it. And prices are not coming down, unfortunately. So we have to do what we have to do. So guys, definitely check out Brick Something on YouTube, guys. You won't regret it. They're doing some great stuff over at Brick Something. Definitely check out Toy Connections on YouTube, guys. Give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey, everybody. Geek proud.